All right. Uno momento.
Mhm. 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 Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
new follower. of our community's acclaim spreads.
Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Saturday here on the Exploding Dice channel. My name is Askren, and I am your host and dungeon master for the evening. Clipping a little bit loud there, but welcome back to another horrific episode of The Writhing Moon, our open legend horror campaign here on Exploding Dice. We are back after a couple weeks away for TwitchCon. We're all getting our drink on here as we are all excited to be back together after a good long time. And we're happy to have you guys here, excited to have all of you here with us. Thank you guys for joining us. We are going to get into all of our recap announcements and all that good stuff in a second, but first, let's say hello to our cast and crew. How are you guys doing today?
Prost.
Angry Orchard.
Just swell.
Just, how y'all doing? I thought we were doing accents.
Pecan ale.
What are you doing? Pecan? I am, of course, back with the blood orange, the neon gypsy blood orange.
I think my blood orange one was better.
Was it?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried yours, but I think just in art alone.
My name is not 4, so I'm gonna change that in a
sure?
second. Well, I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder.
Spoiler alert.
Oh!
Hopefully you guys are you guys excited to be back to Writhing Moon, back returning to Palemore, or need a little bit more time away?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Sorry,
I
what's this game?
Thinking about it.
This is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Welcome. We are going to be playing The Curse of Strahd today.
Wait, crap! I'm in the wrong.
Cool, I'm
session.
playing as Strahd. Nice to meet you.
level 2 Strahd.
Yes.
No, we are excited to be back here. All of us have been hankering to get back to the Palemore. And hopefully today we will not fail to deliver. First of all, guys, if you are just joining in chat, hello and welcome. If you haven't already, please hit that retweet link. Dice Thulu has it for you right there. You can, of course, you can hit that link. Tell all your friends that we are hanging out and having a damn good time. Also, of course, as you can see right below me, we are just a little bit away. I think we're like... Oh, first of all, I was going to talk about followers, but I got to talk about subscriptions. Hawk Hunting returns for 2 months. He says Hawk's Insight 2. Thank you for the subscription, Hawk Hunting. Guys, if you have not already, raise those cheers in chat. ED cheer if you don't have it. If you are subscribed and you have the emote, it is Explode 3 cheer, because Twitch does great emote names. Drop those cheers, drop those gold 20s in chat. Hawk, thank you so much, man. If you guys want to get involved, of course, we're going to talk about this in just a second. You can get involved in the campaign, giving our players nat 20s, inspirations, draws from the tarot deck, all kinds of other things. They come with your subscription, so a monthly subscription will get you a nat 20 and some inspirations to hand out every month, and you can give those to anyone you want, or you can do those via the donation link down below. We are on a new month, raising our monthly goal for post TwitchCon. Right now, I think it's for PAX Unplugged, actually, even though that's all taken care of, but that's going to be the next con that we're going to. But of course, all those donations and subscriptions go back to supporting the channel and helping us bring you more roleplay content here every week. Hit that retweet link if you haven't. Dicedoodle's got it for you right there in chat. And cheers to all our subscribers returning and our new followers as well. We are just we're about 12 followers away from hitting that big 3,000. So if you guys have not already hit that follow button, now would be a great time to, because we are going to have a really, really cool giveaway when we hit that big 3K. It's not going to be this, but this is a magical special super artifact that is not going to be the 3,000 giveaway, but maybe we're going to talk about a future giveaway when I can show you what's in this pouch. It's not just an Elderwood Academy box. It is a special one. So yeah, big giveaway at 3K. I think that's pretty much it. Why don't we go to our players before we do our recap? Why don't we go to our players and remind ourselves who we are playing. I will, of course, before I do that, remind you guys, once the game starts, we're not going to be reading out followers and followers, subscriptions, and donations. Those will still pop up on chat. They will still be doled out normally, but we're not actually going to stop and read them just for the sake of the atmosphere of the game. Hope you guys understand. So let's start with our cast. Let me change the mood here a little bit, and let's talk to Mr. Speedy. How is it going, my friend?
Hello. My name is Speedy, and I am here, back from TwitchCon with all the madness that entails. Ready to take on the city of Palemore. I almost said Duskfall. Didn't. Held myself back. Not Blades in the Dark anymore. But I am playing as Felix Haskell, a priest of the White Church who has a bit of an obsession with blood due to some dark things that may have happened in his past. He can't really help himself from any time that he sees it from just sort of lashing out and maybe just slicing and dicing just about anything that he sees in front of him. And as things have progressed, he's seemed to have learned some great hidden secrets about the church that he was never really meant to learn. And it's really made it really hard for him to understand what's going on in the world around him and what is really right, whether what he really believed for all of his life had actually been for nothing at all. And that's where Felix is right now, I suppose.
Yeah, Felix has gone through some very, very trying mental situations. Hopefully, he will come out of it either completely broken towards the will of the angels, or he will come out of it his own man, though that remains to be seen. Next to him, of course, we have Mr. 4. How is it going, my friend?
Ooh. In this moment, I'm a little anxious. Just because of the situation Gurney has walked into. Willingly, mind you. So let's go ahead and give you an idea on who Gurney Abel is. Gurney Abel, first and foremost, is how to sum this up? He basically loves Palemore. He is infatuated with the streets, the alleyways, and the architecture that is spread across this fantastic Victorian city. But not only that, he's got a couple burdens on his shoulders. Number one is, although he has this vast knowledge of the above ground, he also has this intense infatuation with everything underground, the old forgotten parts of Palemore. And down there, he retrieved a special mask that is made out of stone and goes over his face, and is able to use it to sort of peer into the future, peer into people's pasts and their thoughts, and rip out whatever information that he deems useful to him. But he also has this gastric fistula that is a hole that did not heal correctly. It leads all the way down to his noxious stomach, and I say noxious because something terribly wrong has happened with this organ, and it now excretes and blasts out a vile bile that basically is worse than acid. The necrotic tissue is a swirling mass of unpleasantness, and he can do all sorts of things with it. But gosh darn, that's just Gurney. He's doing everything for Palemore, to save it, to liberate it from the horrid ideals of the church and the very bad people in the academy.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah.
last time we were here, Gurney was forced to reach deep into himself and unfortunately embrace his connection and strengthen his connection to something that clearly lives deep inside him that he did not know was there. But what that is, we're not exactly sure, other than it is within him and it wants to get out. And next to him, of course, we have Mr. Ulrich. How is it going, my friend?
Oh, it's godly, sir. Godly. What's up, Din Money? Tonight I shall be taking the role of Sir Ulrich the White, sent by the Church, Templar of Justice, bringer of judgment. And he's here to bring that to Palemore. So yeah, I'm the grouchy old man, but when I go into rage mode, I get crazy youth, strength, all that good stuff. I'm going to try to be your one shining light that's not going to betray you guys out there in the chat. I'm not going to betray my companions. I'm going to stay sane, and we're going to get through this. We're going to do it.
All right. And so, as we delve into our recap of what happened last time, we remind ourselves that the last time we were in Palemore, our hunters, our heroes, met a strange man dressed in tattered, dirty church garb, consuming the innards of someone, or a mutated student of the academy. His name was Merrin, and he seemed to similarly have been an escapee of the church. He had seen things, he had heard things about a dream, a realm different from Palemore, and he wanted to see it for himself. He wanted, if possible, to meet Callum. And so our players took him into their fold, lit the lantern as they have done so many times before, and they transported themselves to the waking dream once again, ascending through the structure of the academy, the Cargill Academy, having at this point learned that the dream itself, or as they learned later, the dream itself seems to be sustained by Callum himself, and thus is a reflection of his own memories, his own bias. And what they found at the top of the academy was a strange room, reinforced and locked, but it opened at their command, and inside was a wheelchair-bound and waiting Callum, the head of the Cargill Academy and the former teacher of Lord Simon. Inside, Callum seemed to be on his last legs. Things had taken their toll on him, but he answered many questions. Things such as his original bargain or ritual that he struck with something he called the brain of Ulsul, a living part of a greater creature that he held suspended below the academy, maintaining the realm of the dream, but locking him inside so it could project his own memories. However, the brain is dead by the hands of our own players, and this has thrown the entire waking dream into cataclysm as patches of it broke away, as things shifted and changed, as the sky roiled, and as the dream threatened to collapse. Inside of this, of Callum's chamber, they were getting their questions answered when all of a sudden the familiar and terrifying yellow mist began pressing in on the windows, causing them to panic before the mist itself shattered inwards, and amongst it, the Tatterman came. Things were tense. Things were hasty as the party scrambled to prize information from Callum's brain, to seek a way to escape the Tatterman and to light the lantern to flee. However, Merrin had different ideas as he seeked to wrench the lantern from Ulrich's belt for himself. And as he fought with Ulrich and the Tatterman himself, first cutting Gurney's throat, then arriving to slice Merrin apart, Ulrich lit the lantern, and as its light grew, both Ulrich, Merrin, and the Tatterman vanished, being transported out of the waking dream, out into the crumbling structure of the academy in the real world, where they fought and they fell, Ulrich coming to consciousness down on the floor next to the remnants of the shattered lantern. He fought to find a way to reconvene with his companions, who used the information that they managed to prize from Callum's mind to fight their way through this horrible, collapsing, waking dream as it twists and maddens, finding a way to carve into a creature that fought them, steal a stone from its throat, and offer this to the giant cyclopean alien beast that dwelt on the cathedral. And as they offered the stone to it, the beast reached down with its humongous hands, gripped them tightly, and as they felt the pain rushing through their bodies, they were brought back to the real world, where they have reconvened in the courtyard in front of the grand cathedral, but without a lantern and without a way to reach the dream. But they can't rest just yet, because something else stalks the roofs of the cathedrals here, as just above their heads and ready to pounce, a horrible, beast-like creature draped in bloody scraps of skin stands perched on the edge of one of the roofs, poised down at you, ready to attack. And that's where we're gonna pick it up for today. So you guys, as we jump into things here, you guys have just a little bit of time before. So you have basically the ability to react quickly before something is gonna happen.
Get behind me!
Let me just do this here.
But you're not there.
Oh shit. I thought we got connected back again.
No, yeah, he is there. He has.
Oh, thank God! Help! Ah!
Yeah, so I'll use like almost my sword, like almost in a defensive position.
All right.
So you guys want to get ready to fight, correct?
Hell yes. Well, I mean,
does it look like it can be talked to?
No, well, you could. I'm just asking. Like, you could be running, you could be fleeing. It's kind of up to you.
What do you think, Ulrich?
Ulrich doesn't run from a fight. Sorry. I'm scared to say that though. If we I don't know if you guys want to try to lure him down an alleyway and like try to get some.
Actually, that's a good idea, because if we try to box him in the entrance of that alleyway, it'll keep me safe, and the two of you can
Oh,
go
we
in
can't
front.
dart around. Okay, yeah, you guys want to try that? It'll be like in 300, the young boy and the wolf.
And then I can just catapult
Yeah,
Yes.
like this.
throw stuff over me. Yeah, hell yeah. Ulrich, tie your shoe.
Go! Yeah, that's a. I'll give you a cue. The duck. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna flee. We're gonna try to just dart down an alleyway.
Okay.
But we are trying to lure him down there. If that makes sense. So like,
Okay.
we know that he sees us.
Okay, so you guys want to try and flee, correct?
Kinda, yeah. We're gonna lead him in an alleyway so I can take him on one-on-one.
Okay, cool. I will say, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bolster. I'm gonna try to give advantage 1 to Ulrich for this fight.
Cool. How are you?
Nice.
What are you doing to bolster him?
Gurney sort of puts on the mask, and he's sort of, as they go into the or one of the nearby alleyways that they hope to do, I sort of try to channel some power from the mask, just to know what the creature's first move is going to be when it approaches Ulrich at the head of the alley.
So you want to use prescience for this?
Exactly. And it's
Okay.
power level 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Alrighty.
Do it.
Ah!
Not going to happen, unfortunately. You kind of, as Ulrich is pushing you backwards, you are gonna kind of look up and get a glimpse of this creature as you attempt to kind of connect with its mind, and as you see it kind of take a running step towards the edge of the roof, basically almost off of it at this point, you just see kind of this horrible flapping wet fur and skin. You think you can barely make out the teeth and the loud growls under it, and it is just, you are just shocked. Like it just throws you back for a second as you don't want to stand there to try and connect minds with this thing.
Starting to get second thoughts about this, guys.
with a moan, Gurney just goes deeper into the alley.
Okay. All right. So you guys, Ulrich, you want to push them into the alley with you basically at the front, correct?
Yeah, I'll make sure they get into the alleyway first.
Okay, we will say, so as you guys, Ulrich kind of with his sword just shoves you backwards towards the nearest kind of space between the buildings. This creature, you see, as it now takes a leaping stride off of the rooftop, it is going to land with a slam onto basically catching with its claws the giant statue fountain that is in the center of this plaza here. Let me drop this on so you can see what you are looking at. If I can find it.
I'm going in with a nat 20. I'm saying that right now.
I mean,
After that, I'm not taking any chances. You're still damaged, right?
I knew it.
All right. So as this thing slams down into the courtyard and it's going to take a bounding leap, Ulrich, you basically have shoved these things into the alley, and it is rushing at you. So as it's coming at you, you guys have a decent distance, so no one really has an advantage. So why don't we go ahead and roll some initiative here? Let's get this thing underway.
Oh, dang.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, nice one. Initiate.
A total of 30, sir.
Got it.
Nice. 13 for me.
13. 8. 8. All right. Not great. Interesting.
Yes.
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 So that is an 11. Which means, all right, Gurney, you are actually, because Ulrich is gonna shove you into the alley, and you're still facing this thing. You're a little bit shocked, but you're not, you know, not so much that you can't act. So you're gonna see it before he does. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to pry open my juicy fistula and shoot a globulette of sickness bane on him. Oh!
Nice.
And it is,
yeah.
it is a power level 5,
Boom, boom.
which
Double
turns
explosion.
out to be 36 in total.
Nice.
Oh, so that's 10 above the power level, but I don't know if that lets me do another bane.
It usually does.
But he's casting a Bane of an attack.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't. I
that's
think
true.
if you
Oh,
do
okay.
damage, then
That's
you
true.
can do a bane. But if you're just casting a bane, it's all good. Good job, buddy.
All right,
You
so
didn't
so
have
what are you
that.
rolling?
I'm rolling my entropy. And entropy with sickness means it has disadvantage 1 and -1 to defense.
Where are my things here? So that's 25, 31. That is definitely going to do it. So it's gonna get sickness.
Indeed. So with
Yes.
every action roll it does, it is at disadvantage 1.
Let me open.
Excellent. Excellent.
Got it.
This is-
Okay.
Yeah, just
Now we.
Yeah.
All right,
Feels
so-
like it looks.
So how do what does this look like? What are you physically casting on it?
I have a tendril coming out of my fistula, right?
You can do it like a cancer tendril, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have it sort of leap out and sort of whip out at the creature and just sort of like nestle into its like its bulk. There we go. Its bulk, and just sort of spray like a high pressure hose into its into this thing.
All right, so you kind of like as you focus, you suck in a deep breath of air, and as you shove, it's kind of like this like unfurl, like it's almost like a burst of air kind of unfurls this tendril into this thing as it pierces one of its shoulders, and as you do, you're almost thrown back by the force, as you're not even controlling it. It's just like necrotic blackness is being pumped through this thin, cancerous spear-like tendril that is now connecting you to it, as you kind of do your best to grip the wall and steady yourself. All right, interesting. And what's so? Okay, so there's some damage there. Let me write it down.
If I can.
Was there damage, or was that just casting the bane?
It's just casting the bane.
Okay,
no
fair enough.
damage.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. So that means we are on Ulrich. It is your turn.
Yeah! And when you hear that, that's youthful invigorance comes out of him, and his hunchback straightens upright. His muscles flex really nice, and I'm gonna charge at him for a nice single isolated strike. And I'm using a nat 20.
Okay.
Jesus! Nice, I'll take it. I'm glad I used the nat 20. I'm really glad I used the nat 20.
Okay. That 37 will hit on an attack. You must be running out of nat 20s.
I've got 3 left. Now, oh, never mind. I got an extra one from Judo Killer, I think, too.
Oh,
So-
that's right.
I'm not even crossing that one out. So I've got 4.
All
I'm
right.
unstoppable.
All right.
So I'm
So you're attacking with your sword. Yeah.
Did it get 10 over him? If it did, if anybody needs a little 1d4 healing,
It just did. Yeah.
nice. If anybody, if you guys are injured at all, go for it.
I think we're good.
I think you
I
guys,
see.
everyone should be all right.
All right, I want to do that cool thing where I'm like dragging the sword on the ground, because ever since that one stupid sewer monster, it's been a little rusty. So I'm gonna try to do a little sharpening on the way up there, and I'll just go for a nice
Yeah.
like baseball baseball hit.
Yeah, so you kind of like take a running start as the sparks fly from like the jagged tip on the ground, and you and lift it over your head and just chomp downwards, and you so you are up front as you see this thing kind of reach forward, and it's now clawing its way into the alley. You basically are like, this thing is like this, what looks to you like just a layer of skin is just hanging over its face as it's kind of clawing its way from under it. The skin is kind of red and glistening with blood as you just kind of cleave through, and you feel your blade clip its ribs, which are kind of hardened. The blade sort of glances off a little bit, but smashes into its side, and you just bury that blade into its back. Did something... Sorry, I saw something pop up, and I don't know what it was.
Ooh.
So if it was a nat 20, I think it was nat 20s for us all.
Was it in chat or on?
No, it was a pop up.
Whoa.
Okay, so you smashed that thing. Yeah. Did you want to apply? Oh, that was your 10 over was your healing effect, correct?
Yeah, that was
Got
my
it.
extra effect. Yeah.
Okay. That means we're gonna go to this thing now, and it is actually going to make a set of. It's gonna make 2 attacks with its claws. I think both of them are going to be at Ulrich because he is up front. So here is attack number 1. It has disadvantage on these, so that's going to fail no matter what.
What's wrong? You look a little sick.
And it's going to have disadvantage on this one too, right?
That is most correct.
Shit!
Wait, exploding 10 though.
I know.
True.
That is gonna be a 24.
Okay, he gets, she gets me a little bit. I don't know.
All right, so it's
feminine vibe from this one.
how not much damage though. It's probably just like you probably just
just
like
2 damage, 2
hold your
damage, yeah.
sword up, and it's just like kind of cuts across your shoulder a little bit. However, as it sort of like steps backwards, you see it kind of like rears up and is gonna slam itself forward, and this just of like gaseous green cloud is gonna emanate from it. And it is going to begin lingering.
Shit. Everybody hold your breath. This is worse than Gurney's.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Probably not. We need to start trying to like build an immunity for this kind of
Can
stuff.
you, Ulrich, since you are the first one in its range, can you roll me a fortitude check, please?
Yes, sir. Coming up. Yeah.
Oh, man.
2 can explode 10s.
You've got the vigor of youth.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
That's gonna be 25. Okay, you just kind of, like, as you see this thing doing it, you just manage to take a deep breath and hold your breath as you feel this mist is, like, caustic on your skin. It's not really enough to, like, burn through it, but you're definitely glad you didn't inhale any of this. Okay.
Just thinking this. Sorry, I don't know why I have to hold my breath in real life. Sorry.
That is gonna be its turn, which means
Nice.
Felix, it is your turn.
Nice.
Oh yeah. This thing cut Din or Ulrich, you know. It's a nice little cut across the shoulder is all it takes. Blood goes flying. You see Felix's eyes tracing it just as it flies across. A single spatter like gets on his shoulder. He licks it off. And Felix is going to go into his rage and pull out his saw and he's going to rush past this thing, which has just kind of reared up on its hind legs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to reach under for the tail, which kind of flipped under as he reached out, and he's just going to try and pull the tail right from the bottom of it, and just try and cut the entire tail off.
Okay, interesting. Just say you can do that. You're going to swap places with Gurney, though.
Okay,
All right.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so you want to make you want to make an attack against this thing's tail.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The frenzy too.
Go for it, my friend.
Yeah. God be with you.
That is a boop.
Nice.
Oh, exploding 6.
That is a nice roll.
All right, that is a 32.
32
sir.
is enough to hit.
Nice.
I grab the tail from under him and I yank it. He's thrown off balance for a second as I pull him with strength that you wouldn't expect Felix to have. But I pull him out from under him, making him go prone.
You don't deal enough damage to
get
make
10
him go
over?
prone. No.
Damn it! All right. So I just slice his tail off if I can do that.
Not off, but you can definitely kind of grab this thing and yank it, right? And as it kind of like it's probably not expecting that, so it is gonna go off balance slightly, and you just right near the base with your saw just kind of carve through. The only thing is your saw is gonna cut through the fur and the flesh, and it's gonna get caught on like the tailbones. And you just kind of wrench it out with a crack, so the tail is now kind of sort of broken at a little bit of an angle and is just kind of hanging limply.
Nice.
Thrown off balance from now on.
All right.
Oh, that was your goal.
Very, very nice.
Hey, a little bit like without whiskers.
That means we are going to go back to the top of the initiative order with Mr. Gurney. You are still connected to this thing.
Can I use this opportunity? So, am I now? The tendril is still connected, so I could just attack with my entropy, and we just, it just be a more violent.
You can make an entropy roll against this thing with advantage.
Ooh, well, thank you. Alrighty, so 2d20 plus the 2d6. Let's see what happens. Yep, I'm just gonna do a nasty stomach ray. So the higher is 12, 15, 19 in total.
But
Which is not a lot.
19 is not enough to hit this thing, unfortunately.
Okay.
Higher
And
than
then-
22.
And then I mean, I guess I have a little movement, so I'll move a little further back.
Okay, do you want to disconnect?
detach.
Disconnect from this thing. Okay.
Yeah, I'll detach.
Sort of. Well, I'll say that you kind of pull off, and the sort of cancerous tendril that's out of your chest is just going to kind of detach and just like fall to the ground, beginning to sort of quickly shrivel up.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
All right. That means we are going back to Mr. that we did Ulrich now.
Hell yeah. All right. So, did it pass me when Felix went around, or is Felix went around the back of it?
No, you're still in front. Felix
Okay.
kind of reached in around your side to kind because this thing was like right on top of you.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, I'm about to be on top of it. Nice. All right. I know I don't have to, but I really want to use another nat 20. Sorry. I can't stop myself. I feel like use them or lose them.
Oh, God.
Thank goodness I used it. See, that's why. That's why.
Dang, mister.
This one I guess I could try to like do a something I want to push it a little more back, I guess. Push
Okay.
it away. I want to make it be like kind of go along with what Felix did to try to throw it off balance even more.
Okay, you're not gonna do enough damage to physically knock it down, but I'll say you could capitalize on his thing. Like as he grabs its tail, the thing is gonna have to sort of shift backwards to keep its center of balance. And we'll say you with your the kind of blunt end of your sword, you just basically jab it right in the solar plexus.
Yeah.
And kind of send it stumbling back a few steps.
Nice. Yeah.
Probably breaking a bone or two on the way.
Crunch.
All right. Anything else you want to do? Do you want to move up to it? Do you want to stay up in front with it, or do you want to move anywhere?
Yeah, I'll keep pace with it. Actually, now you mention it, I'll kind of go up another 2 just to be safe.
Okay, so you shove it backwards, and as it's kind of stumbling, you step forward with just keep right in
Just to
its
prepare
face.
for the next one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keep step with it.
Got it.
Thank you.
Okay. That means we're gonna go to the creature now. I don't want to do this here, so I'm gonna do this with my own d20s. Pop this thing open. Okay, fair enough. So, Ulrich, as you're taking pace, you're taking pace with this thing. Go ahead and roll me an agility check.
Cool. Excellent.
Okay. Your sword is a little bit cumbersome, and you're not particularly quick on your feet. So as this thing staggers back, you see it kind of like spin around. One of its long, lanky, clawed hands is going to scrape along the cobblestone tile, and as it digs into the ground, it's going to shove itself off, and you watch this thing actually physically, almost in one leap, clear over you. And it lands with its claws in the side of the building as it's now hanging down, sort of looking down at you, those wet, sort of fleshy flaps of skin from its back draping down over it, obscuring its face still as it... And it's going to make one claw step, and then 2, and then it's going to leap down 2 claws, one at Gurney and one at Felix.
No!
This is at Gurney. It's an 18. Does it still have disadvantage, by the way? Or it does. Okay, so that's this is going to be the second one for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to an 18 against you.
18?
Oh, does it get a chance to resist the bane?
I think you have to take an action to resist the
Okay,
bane.
then it's not going to bother cuz it's in a state right now.
So
Alright.
I take 1 damage, I think.
1 damage. Got it. This is the second one at Felix. That's not right.
Then what?
Oh, wait. Was the 31?
No, it was
that was the second roll for the disadvantage.
Oh my god, you scared me.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just do it this way. What? Why isn't it?
What did you do?
I don't know. We'll do this.
Is that an L instead of a 1?
Yeah, it's KL for...
Keep lowest.
Yeah. So 12, 3, and 8. So that's going to be 23 against you, Felix.
Disadvantage still though, right?
That's the lower one.
Oh. Got it. 23 will hit.
Okay. Probably not a lot, right?
No, 2
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, so you
did we heal since the last time that we were in combat?
Ulrich gave you
I
some
said you did.
Ulrich gave you some healing.
I think we heal after every combat.
Yeah, you should start every combat at full health.
Okay.
So this thing rather than actually, like, it doesn't physically pin you to the ground, but because you guys, as you see this thing climbing over and you see it about to leap down, you guys, I'm gonna say you basically like throw yourselves in either direction away from it as this thing just lands like in the center, basically splitting the group in 2 segments. Gurney is going to be on one side, Felix and Ulrich are going to be on the other, and he's in between you in the alleyway. The hit just kind of scrapes through your clothing, like not really a major wound because you guys threw yourselves clear. but it is now kind of wheeling its head around. This kind of fleshy flaps splashing little flecks of blood on the wall, and you see that little kind of gas is leaking from it, its open chest cavity, as it sort of tries to figure out which way to go. Alright, that means we are going to go to Felix. You are right in front of this thing.
Yeah, okay, I want to... I'm gonna use my blood magic powers. I'm gonna take my saw, I'm gonna carve a little bit off of myself. Just... right along my arm. I'm gonna swing at it. I'm gonna basically have the blood from it extend the saw so it becomes like a just beyond a saw, an entire saw blade.
Okay.
Like sword length.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a blood check for that.
Okay. Is that, do you mean for the attack, or is that a separate thing?
Separate thing.
Oh, okay.
We believe in you, Felix.
Was that supposed to be 2 d20s?
No. I don't think I have advantage on that, because it's unless it's an attack.
Okay, I didn't know what the K1 was for. I was like,
that's just because I was lazy.
okay. Okay, the blade is not exactly as long as you like. It's kind of a little bit anemic, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
You still have the blood on your blade, but it's not like you're a bit. It's a bit hard to control for you at the moment.
Oh, you know what? That should be 48.
Okay, so roll 2 more.
It's a 26 now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a badass blade.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, so you want to attack him with it?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Go for it.
And so, reckless frenzy. So I've cut myself to take damage, and I am going to.
Did you roll for the damage?
I don't roll for it. It's just 5 flat.
Oh, okay, 5 straight up. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And I am going to just down, boy. 32 plus 33.
33 is enough to hit.
So
let me do some things here.
And I'm just kind of walking under it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's giant, and in between Gurney
It's fairly large. You probably have to. You wouldn't be able to like stride under it. You definitely have to duck. But it's like even on its 4 legs, it's taller than you are.
So I'm just going to try and like get under it and cross through it, and just kind of drag the blade across as I go through, and let the blood rain down on me. Just blood and guts dripping as I cross and stand in front of Gurney.
All right, so you kind of like duck, and as you rush the saw, you just bite into its shoulder and just wrench, carving it. This thing is thin and emaciated. There's not a lot of guts here, but you feel it kind of carving against the rib bones and through the fur and the toughened skin as you kind of stumble out on the other side, like ducking between its legs as it sweeps a claw down to catch you. Like, and you see like just anemic but like splat, like drops of blood just kind of spurt out of its the wound that you just carved in its chest, black as they splash on the ground. As this thing is stumbling a bit now. You guys have put some grievous wounds into it.
Yes.
That means that with that wound inflicted, we're gonna go back to the top of the round with Gurney. I'm sorry, Gurney. You are with Ulrich. Though I guess now Felix is on the same side as you. What do you want to do?
Ah, okay.
There you go.
Oh my god. I kind of want to do damage, but I kind of get the sense that my boys need help. So, what I think I'm gonna do is, because this thing has such a high damage AC or guard,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to give it persistent damage.
Okay.
We're gonna aim for power level 4, which is a D6 per round. Let's see.
Interesting. Okay, so that's gonna be an 18.
Yeah. But hopefully it'll work, because my tackle.
Somebody give him a nat 20.
I'm out.
We've done it in an instant. Yeah.
You guys are spoiled on the nat 20s.
I am.
So spoiled.
I am, and it shows. Natural one.
Oh no!
A total of 8.
Oh god.
Total of 8.
No.
So you are. So how are you? What are you kind of using to try and inflict the persistent damage?
So I kind of wanted to create a cloud of smoke that would sort of snake forward through Ulrich's legs and just sort of like rise up and just cover this thing in a cloud.
Okay.
And it would just have to breathe within the cloud, and also the cloud is a little bit. It's sort of like, I'm like, oh, that's a good trick. I can do it better.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
we'll say that as you're doing, you're trying to summon this thing. You take a deep breath, and as you try and push it out, you feel almost like something is stuck, something is blocking, and you're all of a sudden you quickly feel your insides, like your lungs begin to feel like they're on fire, as even though you have some resistance to it, it's almost as if the necrosis is like trapped inside your chest cavity and is beginning to burn its way out.
Got blockage. I need a plumber. Ow.
Gurney, quit messing around. Do your crazy cloud stuff.
Poke it. Yeah,
Ew, that's gross. No way.
Yeah. I fall against the wall and start heaving and coughing.
Yeah. All right. That means that we're gonna shift it over to Ulrich.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Guess it's up to me now.
I'm sorry.
Alright, so I'm still pretty close to it, right? I'm still like, we're all very close in this alleyway.
You're actually now the farthest away from it.
Okay. Like, still within like 10 feet though, right?
A little bit more, probably.
Really? Okay. Alright, you know what? Alright, then I'm gonna, I see, Gurney struggling over there, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to try and like risk running up there.
So the way this is set up is there's the alleyway. This creature's in the alley. Felix is right in front of it. Gurney is right in front of that, and you're actually out of the alleyway in the
Yikes.
kind of
Okay,
courtyard.
So they're all, okay. Hold on, Gurney's between us? Okay. I almost want to try
Both
to
of them are,
jump
yeah.
off of it, but yeah, okay. I'm pretty confident in my aim.
Okay.
I do have my youthful vision right now. And I have nat 20s and God on my side. I'm going for it. I'm going to spear this, or like do a spear throw javelin at this wretched creature.
You want to throw your gold spear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like golden baby. All right. Hey, freaking freak face! Take a look at this! Ah! See, the one that wasn't that bad, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Ah!
All right. So as you brace yourself with this spear and you throw the golden spear, it is going to fly through the air. It's going to just skim right past Felix's ear as it as the thing is about to kind of rip its way forward towards Felix. It's going to slam right into its shoulder as it reaches up its claw and send it reeling back for a second. Do you want to inflict anything with your attack?
You know what I do? If I got 10 over, I could do a knockdown.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I have my greatsword, could I get that with the spear since he's since he's holding onto the wall?
He's not on the wall anymore, but yeah, I mean, you can
okay.
you can inflict the knockdown beam.
Let's do that then, because everybody's pretty healed. Yeah.
All right.
We do that.
So as this thing is rearing up and about to strike at Felix, it kind of rears up on its hind legs. The spear's going to impact it right in the collarbone, the clavicle area, and send it almost tumbling backwards onto the ground as the flaps of skin hit the dirty floor, and it kind of sends up a loud as it is clearly in torment. You can see now that it's on its back. You can see this thing is canine in form but humanoid, and you can see its face actually covered in ragged ratty fur, sort of dried blood, and lots of white bandages that have been kind of torn but are still left there.
It's a mercy to kill this thing. I just wanted to yell out to, I guess, Felix, Felix, there's the switch! Just in case he wants to hit the switch on the spear while he's over there. Unless he's too busy with his own stuff. Totally understandable.
Alright. Where are we now? That means it is actually the creature's turn.
His turn to die.
Okay. It is going to kind of raise its claws up, grip the wall, and as it tries to pick itself up, it's going to actually drop back down, and there's a of necrotic, sort of acidic green smoke. It's going to billow out from it. Felix, this is actually a bigger cloud, so Felix and Gurney, you guys, I need you to make me a fortitude check.
Stop
Attempt to resist.
Trick. This is my trick. Oh shit!
Ulrich popped a balloon in there.
Oh no! I just realized my entropy leveled up a long time ago. Okay, but still, this is not gonna be good.
Nice roll, Speedy.
Felix is fine.
That's actually pretty good considering.
Nice.
16.
Okay. Felix, you're going to be fine. As you're going to be insulated against this. However, Gurney, you are going to take 4 poison damage.
Oh my lord!
As you kind of do your best to brace yourself, but you still sort of inhale some of this noxious gas, and it begins to sort of burn the inside of your throat, making your eyes water and making it hard to see. All right. That means we're going to go back to the end of the round, because this thing is incapacitated. Felix, it is your turn.
Filthy beast. Dirty animal deserves to be put down. It's doing the same thing again for a 32 to hit,
32 will hit.
and then again because it was reckless frenzy, the 36. 46. 46.
Holy crap!
Both of them will hit.
Is that enough to kill it, or should I inflict a bane?
What kind of bane do you want to inflict?
Persistent damage.
What kind of damage?
Bleeding.
All right. What does your set of double attacks look like?
So, Felix just kind of looks at it, just kind of on the ground still, just writhing about. And he'll try to look for a soft spot on its haunches and just rip his saw blade back. Until it's cutting and just grinding against bone, and the sound of it is overwhelming. And then, ripping it back, goes the other way, right along his front haunches too.
So you want to cut like on the leg?
Yeah, kind of at like the joint.
Okay.
Connecting the leg to the.
Yeah, I'll say I say you kind of like pin this thing's one of its like legs down as best you can with your foot, and as you take your saw, you begin just kind of just grinding, like sawing, like you're sawing wood, just not even looking down at it. You're just kind of like gleefully like reveling in the noise and the feeling, and as you feel you pull your saw back and you feel it biting into the bone. You do your best and you just, with a pull, you wrench it free, and as blood sort of splatters at you, the femoral artery in the leg beginning to kind of just spurt a little bit before slowly dying off, the creature is the whole time clawing at the walls, and one last time its claws are going to dig into the walls, leaving a deep kind of claw mark gouge, and then another one, it tries to pull itself, but as you push one more time, the blood kind of splashing up up the front of your apron. The creature just lets out a roar and then weakly falls backwards onto the ground.
Yes. Nice job, Felix.
Gurney is just clutching his eyes and sort of like coughing very violently.
Felix is also kind of coughing, but also laughing over this body, just kind of trying to finish cutting off this haunch.
Ulrich!
Good to see you back, Ulrich.
Aye, good to be back.
I thought this got old. Never gets old.
And I thought Gurney smelled that on the inside.
Don't joke. I still have a lot more left in me. Felix, you let us know when you're done, okay?
Sure.
All right, and I just sort of clap Ulrich on the back. Like
Maybe we should figure out where we should go next while he's finishing up.
Felix, as you're kind of carving into this thing, you're kind of like your mind is beginning to calm down, fairly slowly, and it's actually I think it was Gurney. You weren't aware of it in the kind of the moment of terror, but you actually realize you've seen this creature before. Though or at least something a lot like it, though you remember the last time you saw something that looked like this, it was being strung up on a statue by a group of people.
Does this thing have burn marks on it?
Oh yeah.
We also came back to that area, and there was blood and bodies everywhere.
Oh shit! So this is what
Step now.
happens. This is why they were burning it. If not, it turns to this.
Like it.
I mean, for most people, they would say, "Yeah, good job. You killed a monster."
So it
A
comes
monster.
another creature of the night.
Monster that was once man. What could turn a man into such?
Can't imagine.
Oh god.
Juicy.
Ulrich's trying to look up at the sights anywhere but down towards Felix. So where the hell are we?
I'm not sure. Well, no. Give me a second. I can't believe I just said that. Oh my god. We've been jumping around so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can give you a GIF or whatever to get on the roof or something if you need to get to a better view.
Let's see. Yeah, and
Here, step on my hunchback. It's a perfect platform.
well, thanks. Although the wolf thing probably would have been a better. Oh no! There we go. And he just sort of clambers on you, I guess. And I think what I'll do is just sort of make sure we're in like central Palemore, right?
You were in the cathedral ward.
That's right, Cathedral Ward.
Yeah, right in front of the
All right.
basically right in front of the Grand Cathedral.
Oh yeah, that's right because that's where our friend hangs out.
Did I take Callum's head when we were there?
Yes, you did.
Okay, just making sure. I still have that.
Yeah, it's wrapped. It's wrapped in cloth and it's in your satchel.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure I remembered that.
Yep.
You're just feeling back to make sure he's there.
Yeah. I want to go.
It's like when you forget if your wallet's in your
Yeah,
pocket,
you
you
just
like
check your
pat
wallet.
yourself down.
Yeah, exactly.
Nasty.
Felix,
Well,
after like sufficiently carving this thing up and just kind of getting himself covered with blood and guts and grossness, just kind of try to compose himself, and he is looking down at this beast with its cold, dead eyes, at its face that was once human. And he's just kind of staring into them, kind of wide-eyed for a good minute. So, where to? Not looking away.
Yeah, do we see any red lights or red lanterns? Or you can take the lead, Gurney, yeah.
Before we touch on that, Ulrich, where's the lantern?
Yeah, about that. Well, I did the best I could, but it's gone. It's destroyed. Beyond repair. And I know what you're going to ask next. The candle. Actually, I did bring the remains
You took
of the candle.
you took some of the
so
chunks of the candle. Yeah.
Here's what's left of the candle.
Oh,
And
thank goodness.
I put it in like a cloth. Yeah, I can give it to Gurney.
I'll take them.
Yeah, see if you can do something with that.
Does the candle look the same as before, or is it just busted?
I mean, it's still kind of this chunky blue candle. It's just now split into a few pieces.
Okay. Gurney sort of nods. Okay, we can still work with that, I think. All right. So here's here's the load of troubles that we have right now. Callum told us pretty much his last request was to kill the child at the palace.
Kill the child at the palace, eh?
And that's the whole point of the making dream.
And you don't. This child isn't supposedly that whatever Queen Guinevere's so-called not baby, anything like that.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
It sounded like time was of the essence.
Really?
Well,
Okay.
it's more of the essence in my case. Because whatever's behind the moon is trying to push forward. It's trying to see what Callum was hiding. And unfortunately, you weren't there, Ulrich, but I took that burden from him, I think.
Took that burden as in you sentenced him.
That was after.
Well,
I
you did what you had to do, I suppose, and
Well, yes, but I just want you to know that. It's
what'd you say
possible.
about behind the moon, though? That little bit, that The hell are you talking about?
There is some sort of entity that is, as far as I understand, beyond the strength of the angels.
Truly.
And it's noticed us, and it's coming. And the reason it has is because the queen had a child, thanks to Callum's apprentice.
So, this thing wants the child, or wants the child dead? Or we don't know what the hell it wants.
It wants the child, I think. I think it's drawn to it. It's a perplexity, because the angels apparently can't reproduce like we can. They're just them forever.
Is that so?
But this abomination, I guess, it's caught this entity's attention, and if it comes down here, it's going to basically end everything as we know it. And the only way to stop it is with what Callum did. We attach a dream. Someone's dream.
What Callum did was buy time.
I guess it just buys time, Ulrich.
Buys time until whatever this is gets here. And then when it gets here, I suppose it's not good for us.
Oh no.
Okay.
Here's what we should do. I think there are a few avenues. Number one, we should probably push forward to the palace.
Alright.
As I understand it, the candles are very helpful. You may come into contact with an obstacle or a situation that requires a different dream.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, if we can access my dream of Palemore, maybe it'll let us circumvent a little more easily, since I know where I'm going.
Okay. And you don't think that's a little dangerous, giving that thing your dream?
We didn't have a choice, Ulrich. The thing was collapsing, and you did what you could.
Alright, well, I guess we all have to just keep doing what we can. Okay. So you say our best bet is heading towards the palace next?
That's my thought.
Alright. Well, I suppose,
If the
we're not
child
gonna
exists,
know. Yeah.
the child exists, it's probably there. And if it's there, we can kill it.
Yeah, well, I want to see this so-called child. See what all the fuss is about.
Still staring at this beast. It's no child. Whatever it is. A monster.
No child of God, that's for sure.
All right. So you guys want to attempt to find your way to the palace?
We could. Or we could pursue the candles, the lanterns.
You also had another. You had another task that you had technically
That's right.
agreed to do. Yeah.
We did. Here's another thing. Gurney has never been to the palace, but we are currently indebted to a woman whose heart we should probably retrieve. If we retrieve her heart and we come back with it, she can probably tell us how to get into the palace.
Who is this one again?
She was in the Alabaster District.
I suppose walking into a palace
No,
wouldn't
the
be that
sanguinary.
easy.
Was it the no, not the sanguinary. We're not going back there. Ileana.
Yeah, you're talking about Magistrix
Lady
Ileana.
Oh yeah.
You had
We had dinner.
with her. You had tea and stew with her.
Right.
In her palace, and she had told you that she thought you were useful, and she would like you to venture out of the city to the cursed swamp and meet the Sown sisters, the witches.
Yep.
What did she promise us in return?
A way into the palace.
Right now we can make that.
Possibly.
We can make that.
However,
Here's
the only way that Gurney knew to get to the swamp was via the crematorium in the prison.
Which is
in the prison,
Yeah.
which means we have to go back into Old Palemore, which is a war zone practically.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem, though: we don't have the lantern anymore.
we got the part that counts.
Well, we also
Kinda.
have Gurney's dream that counts. So maybe if you guys die, you'll come back in the dream.
So as long as you don't die, we're safe.
I don't know.
Way to find out.
Yay!
No. Okay, all right.
So this is what Gurney proposes. We can try to find the other candles. So in case we need to have an emergency exit, we can. But the problem is we only know where the candles were made. And honestly,
yeah, we have no idea where the other ones are. We just know there's
No.
5, right? Yeah, total made. 5 total.
like as far as we know, there's only like 4 left.
Yeah.
I can try to repair this candle. I don't know how. But basically, what I can try to do is coat this candle in a different wax, like my fistula wax. And we can try to somehow use a mix of entropy and prescience to like connect it to where I came from.
I did not know that your fistula made wax.
Well, I'm just saying wax in a very like, you know. I'm sure it's the string that counts.
Ulrich's
Wax.
probably got a lot of wax in his ears.
You know, yeah, my fistula, like I have.
Is the fistula just like an all-purpose dispenser, like whatever we
Yes.
need?
Exactly. You need eyeballs. I have
can-
plenty.
It can produce any of the humors.
There you go. Problem solved. We are in the appropriate
just
age.
usually
Humors
bile.
are imbalanced. It's time for some trepanation.
All right, I'm up. Swamp sounds good to me, actually.
Yeah.
Prison. There's a lot of bad folks in there. I wouldn't mind giving my own sentence to.
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't know that prison's still in use anymore.
Probably for a different purpose. A haunting ground.
Yeah. Nothing we've seen has really been abandoned. At least not as much as it seems.
All right. Well, whatever it is, if we work together, we can take it.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
We're
Going
gonna
to Old
stop-
Palemore.
We're
Old
gonna stop
Palemore.
goofing around and go to Old Palemore.
Interesting. Okay. Let me find my notes then.
We're going to prison! Yay!
Delicious.
Where all of us probably belong.
I was about to say not Gurney, but I murdered my best friend.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I just
Felix
figured that
belongs
out
in an
myself.
asylum.
So
All right. So, you guys, let me. I should probably actually find a good image for this. Let me see if I have one.
Don't drop the soap.
do drop the soap.
Hashtag Team Blood.
That's
Yes.
the new puzzle. If any of the soap is blue, it could be candle wax. Grab
Alright.
it.
Just the trick is not dropping the hot soap.
All right. So you guys are going to, in order to get there, you're going to have to make your way back to Central Palemore.
Yeah.
And then head downwards down the hill. Now, you guys also remember, or you might remember, though it has been a while, which is why I will remind you, that the last time you were in Central Palemore, you had received or one of you had received an invitation to the palace, and you were told that there was a stagecoach waiting for you near the gates that led to Old Palemore. You had ignored it. You hadn't actually taken the summons, but I don't know, it might still be there.
But that means we would go to the palace immediately.
It's true.
That's the idea. Yeah.
I think if it's still there, we take it.
Then we empty.
Yeah, I just assumed it might have left.
You don't know. You never saw it.
Exactly. So here's what we'll do. We can, as we make our trip down to Central Palemore, we're going to move through it back to, oh gosh, it was at the clinic, wasn't it? The place where we woke up.
You woke up in the Mortusi clinic, which was in...
Yeah.
Yeah, which was in...
Wasn't that where the place... Yeah. Wasn't that where the carriage was?
That's where you found the invitation.
Invitation, that's right.
The carriage, it said, was waiting in a square, in kind of an empty square near the gates to Old Palemore.
Then we will go there and see if our little place.
All right. You.
Hopefully it's big enough for Oryx.
So you guys, as you collect yourselves,
I'll make it big enough.
As you collect yourselves, you kind of step away from the remains of this horrible creature, as the night at this point has grown very deep and very dark. You do your best to scramble across the district away from the Central Palemore's Grand Cathedral, where you know, even if you can't see it, that horrible cyclopean creature dwells. Across the bridge full of its statues of praying and prostrate women, wrapped in cloth, their faces obscured, their hands outstretched towards the sky. And as you cross the bridge back into Central Palemore, the howls of beasts seeming to have diminished now, less sign of living creatures or people trudging the streets, though still dangerous as noises still fill the streets. You think you can make off here and there faint flickering red lights in the distance, potentially, but you turn your gaze and your steps towards the southern reaches of the district as you wind through large cobblestone streets, buildings arcing high above you. As you wind your way through the cold, clear, and dark night under the brown, rotting colored moon. And as you emerge through an alleyway, doing your best to follow the directions that were left for you on that note, you find yourselves arriving in what looks like a charnel house, an alleyway leading to an open square between a few buildings, bodies unentombed in sarcophagus, just sort of piled haphazardly in the streets. How long ago, you don't know. They look old, their skin having blackened. And you can see in the fog that sweeps through this street, there is, in fact, the shape of what looks like a square carriage. At its front, you see what look like two dark-colored horses standing in front of it. It is a little bit of a distance away from you, but it's just standing there, unmoving. No one around.
I agree. No, this is exactly what they want. They want us to climb in. It's what's inside the carriage. The best way to do this is to go up there. You and me, Ulrich, and Felix.
You smash the horses. They can't
I was going to say...
drive away without horses.
There's only two horses.
There are two
I
horses.
could take them both in one swing. I'm pretty sure.
Felix, you like horses, don't you?
I mean, they can be tasty over rice, I suppose.
Gurney walks towards the carriage. I don't stop until I'm there.
You guys want to approach the carriage?
I do, if they don't.
Right.
Gurney, you're in the way. I can't.
Then I run faster!
And,
The carriage.
I must protect them!
I'll walk after Gurney like, hey, I thought we were going to attack this thing. All right, I'll follow your lead, I guess.
The carriage, as you approach it, you see these horses are they're not completely still. Their hooves are kind of, clomping a little bit. Their heads are kind of moving back and forth. Not much, but as you get closer, you realize that not only are they dark colored, but the horses are very thin. They're almost emaciated, and their skin or their fur or their hide shows clear patches of like it's been either decayed or rotted through or eaten away. And as you approach around the side, you kind of see the horse from this, like the face. It doesn't turn to face you at all, but you kind of expect to see, to see some kind of glimmer of life. You realize the horses don't actually have any eyes. They just have empty, hollow sockets.
I want to pet the horse.
Felix is petting the horses, but creepily.
Smack his hand!
Running his hand like along, just kind of examining it, like his eyes a little bit too close to the fur, looking at where that's like rotted away.
Mm-hmm.
Felix, stop looking for the jugular.
Poking in the eye hole.
The horses don't really pull away, but they're kind of like they're not particularly bothered by you.
Fair. Why would they
And
be bothered by
the
me?
skin feels very cold and clammy.
Strange horses. Strange.
If I
This
didn't
is by
know any
far-
better, I'd say they would dead.
Felix, you go ahead and roll me a blah, 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 blah.
It's a lot of dice. Shit.
let's say a learning check.
Ooh. These horses are the most harrowing thing I have seen all night.
14.
You're not 100% sure, though you are fairly familiar with various medical and torture practices. You see some telltale cut marks and kind of distension around the eye socket, as well as some trauma inside it, meaning you're not sure how and you're not sure with what, but the eyes were clearly removed.
Melon ballers.
I don't even want to know what that means. God.
Well, I mean, they weren't born like this.
How do
Someone
you
did it to
know?
them.
I'm really not going to enjoy this trip.
I'm gonna just
Were
kind
you
of like
expecting?
knock gently on like the carriage door
Yeah, let's not.
as I walk around and investigate it.
The door, as you just kind of slowly kind of creaks open as if it were always kind of hanging ajar.
It's how this always starts.
The what's it called? Where are we here? Felix, you notice that aside from the damage to the horses, there are very clear signs of, like, you can clearly make out sort of flies buzzing around their their sort of stomachs and their faces. The carriage behind them is fairly dilapidated and old, but clearly opulently made. It can easily hold all of you inside. It doesn't really have much in the way of windows, though.
Ooh, I don't know. I still have a bad feeling about this.
I mean, this is our one-way ticket to the palace to do what Callum wanted us to do.
And what did this Iliana want us to do there again?
Ileana wanted us to go to the swamp.
So what's your? That's it. Then she's done with it.
No, we need to get her heart back from the swamp.
Yeah, and then so she could get us into the palace. But how does she know how to get into the palace?
I'm just saying we have this invitation. I'm not saying she could get us into the palace. I'm saying she could tell us about the palace. She could warn us. She could prepare us.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I feel like we get in that carriage, like just like the windows in there's none. We're going in blind. They could take us right off a cliff.
The windows can be arranged. Holds up his saw.
That's true. But I'm more worried about how much time we actually do have.
That's true.
Time is short. Who knows how long the dream that you've made will last?
I didn't even pull everything I could. I just knew how to do the ritual. I say...
Yeah, well, what is the chat? Like, I say let's 30 seconds, let's decide. I'm almost for, like, when you said the time idea, like the time argument, that swayed Ulrich a little bit. It's a tough decision, though.
No,
I think maybe we should go, like, in the carriage and go.
Yeah, when Callum's dream started to collapse after we killed...
Yeah, that kind of changed the game. Right?
I'll rip the doors off the hinges if I have to.
We should get inside and we should do this. Actually, no. Oh no, Gurney just realized. Yeah, I can't die. I cannot die. You do have to make sure I don't die.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you cannot die. Like,
no,
you're the one that's safe in this stream. Oh, okay.
No, if I die, that's game over.
Yeah, all right. Well,
no, it's because the angel I think is inside me.
Better you than me. Let's get in the car.
Oh my god.
All right. Now calm yourself down, Gurney. We don't know. You don't know there's an angel inside of you. Don't jump to any conclusions.
I'm just saying.
Don't worry. We're not going to let that happen. You're not going to die.
You're right. I mean, it was Callum sustaining the other dream. It's certainly not him anymore. Pats his satchel.
Oh my god. So
it's all you.
We're doing
maybe,
this.
Yeah.
If maybe. We may not be as ready as you think. Maybe there's something else. I don't know.
No, I think the game has changed. I think Callum was on defense his whole life. I think it's time we switch to offense. Let's go to the palace, and let's take it to the bitch queen.
I think it's about time.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
No worry. I know you respect women.
All right. So, what are you guys doing?
Get in the carriage.
Okay. As you guys
want to cut off a door first, if I can, so I can
you
see.
Really want like an open air cabin?
Yes.
Are there seatbelts by chance?
Okay. You wanna take time to break off the door
together in the back.
Maybe not the whole door, but at least a window so I can see out.
I mean, there really
carve
isn't
a
a
hole.
window, so you'd have to kind of smash through it.
That's what I'm talking about. Ulrich, help me out.
I don't know. Wait, can I try to stop him? And like, if we're gonna make an impression on the queen, maybe let's not show up damaging their ride.
I mean, it's a good idea to make sure that we're actually showing up. This carriage is taking us to the right place.
Well, why don't you ride on the top and guide the horses just to be safe? Then you can tie your tie ropes to your.
I can do that.
Head.
No, sit down.
Someone has to lead the horses.
They're dead.
Someone
You
has to
can't
sit up
lead a
front.
dead horse to water.
I mean, I imagine they know where they're going, but someone should sit outside, right? Might as well be me.
There isn't really a place outside to sit. I mean, you can hold
What kind
on.
of carriage is this?
It's a passenger carriage.
It's a
I'm gonna start just pushing everybody into the carriage. Like, all right,
Wait,
enough riffraff. Get inside, you two.
Someone needs to drive a passenger carriage. There needs to be someone who can control the horses and see, right?
I mean,
Is there no seat for that person?
You can sit. Like it's not like there's not like a seat prepared for you, but you can sit on the roof edge if you want. Again, it's up to you. I just need to know what you guys want to do. That's all.
I'll stand on the roof. Screw it.
I'm going.
near the
Okay,
castle.
hold on. I got this.
Oh?
Dungeon Master, I would like to make a glue from my fistula.
And how are we
Glue
doing
them to
that?
the top. Oh, gosh.
With entropy. I am going to make a gummy resin out of my stomach fluids. If I need to, I will cut off the mane of the horses to add to the thick, viscous nature required
Turning
to
the
keep
horses into
my
glue.
beloved Felix from falling off of this harebrained scheme
That sounds
to get his
dangerous.
adrenaline pumping.
I will allow you to roll.
Gluing me?
However,
However,
no,
Glued to the
we'll go with into the however after.
okay. Felix, I love you so much.
I don't want to be glued to the roof.
I'm gluing you to the roof. That's the only reason you're gonna get up there.
How am I
26.
gonna get off?
You're gonna have a tear in the back of your pants from now on.
Hold on. This is just for me to make this. If you actually want to get on the roof, this is your grave. This is your grave.
So you can create a kind of a thick tar-like substance.
Yes.
However, because it is made with your sort of necrotic matter, it's not exactly safe to touch.
All right, everybody inside then.
Everybody inside.
This is gonna be a convertible carriage by the time we get there.
I want to punch a hole in the roof. No,
I'm not stopping.
All right, what do you guys want to do? Are you guys getting in the carriage? Are you getting out of the carriage? What's
Ulrich will be
What's
the
going
first
on?
to get in the carriage. Age before beauty, and then he looks at you two and it's just like, ugh.
Honestly, Gurney should be the one who's able to see outside, so he can know where we're going, right?
That's our best bet.
Sure.
You
You
can
feel his
punch
hair
a
in the
hole.
wind.
I promise you can punch a hole in it.
Okay.
Just have a seat.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is the high life. We should be lucky to ride in a carriage like this.
Oh no, carriages are the worst, Ulrich. They're bumpy, they're loud. It's just your back's gonna hate it, and I get inside as well. And I close the door behind us.
okay?
You're right about the back thing. It's a little cramped in here.
As you guys close the door behind you, you basically you all take a seat inside the carriage and you close the door, and almost immediately you feel the carriage itself start to lurch forward. So you hear kind of the clopping sound of hooves on the cobblestone. Let me check something right here.
Sorry, typing with gauntlets on, not that easy.
That's fine.
And as the hooves on the cobblestone begin to tap away and the cart begins to lurch, you guys are you feel the cart moving fairly quickly, and it's actually surprisingly smooth. It's not nearly as bumpy on the cobblestones as you expect. It is moving like it moves with a fairly quick pace. You can sort of almost feel the shadows of the buildings passing over you. And, I mean, you guys don't have any way, there's no real looking out of this carriage, unless you physically open the door. But you guys you feel yourself sort of swiftly moving through the streets. You're gonna have a little bit of time to yourselves as this is happening.
I know what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I want to use that glue that I made and use it to put the candle back together.
Okay.
Does it feel like it's...
You essentially kind of take the chunks of the candle and sort of stick them together with this sort of black resin seeping out of the edges, and it looks just like a segmented candle with tar holding it together. It's about the best you got.
Do I have any emotional connection or on a spiritual level?
No.
No. Okay. I just sort of show it to Felix, and I like this could have been you on the side of the road, except I would not be there to put you back together.
I would be fine. But fine, whatever. Should we do something so we can see?
I
A little
think it's
cramped in here.
Now, it is a little cramped, I will admit. But at the very least, it is not careening off a cliff. I seriously doubt there are any cliffs to careen off of. I know Palemore. Trust me, we don't have any cliffs. We're fine. Now, are you feeling fine?
No, I'm fine. It's fine.
All right. Oh, I don't know. It seems this is almost like the last leg of our journey, kind of.
I mean, hope so. Well, kind of. One way or the other.
What do you think it's going to be like when the dream ends?
I don't know. Hopefully good. Hopefully the world will be a better place. And won't just reject me outright.
Work on that sermon, okay? You're going to need to deliver that one someday. Get a little spottier.
Yeah. Right. Where do we go?
So as the without any of you kind of looking out of the carriage, you're going to feel it kind of swiftly carry you over the bumpy cobblestone street and flagstone streets. You can see through the kind of the cracks and the little splits in the wood. The light seems to be shifting as shadows pass over you, and you emerge back out into the moon. After what, I don't know, it feels like sort of an there's no real reference point here, so you're not exactly sure how long it's been, but all of a sudden, with a kind of sudden lurch, you hear the horses let up kind of a whinnying, a dry whinnying call, and the cart just sort of shudders to a stop.
Yes, we're here. Blood sense. See what's outside before we open the door.
Blood sense, not bad.
Okay.
Ulrich wakes up. He's his old
roll me a blood check. Interesting.
Nice. Speedy with the rolls.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
All right, so that's
Save some for the rest of us.
it's a 44.
Nice. So this is why I need the nat 20 donations. You don't need them, Speedy.
I don't need
You already
that.
got luck on your side. You got the devil's luck.
Okay. So from inside the cart, you do your best to sense any pulsing blood, any heartbeats, and you concentrate deeply, and you send this sort of radar signal far. You feel the sort, because of how keen your senses are honed at this point, you can feel sort of the cold and unbeating hearts of the horses outside. You can feel strange sort of flickering warm sensations. You actually feel these things that stick out in your mind like hot balls of burning just burning heat in your radar sense, in your heat vision, blood sense. Almost there's something that seems, because you pick up blood specifically, something seems to be carrying around large sort of bulbous stomachfuls of blood, periodically dotting throughout the landscape around you. And you feel your sense wash over this tall, imposing, cold structure that must be the palace, though you feel your sense kind of diminished inside. Inside feels largely cold, though you're not quite sure how far your sense is reaching there. There are definitely things that lurk around you, though what lies inside the castle, if there's anything living there, you don't sense it.
Stomachs full of blood.
Speak up.
Stomachs full of blood. There's
Stomachs.
blood drinkers.
Oh, just like Ileana's sword.
Sort of like that.
That's unsettling.
Perhaps
And
she
then-
knows the way to the palace because she's from the palace itself. She mingles with these folks.
I mean, it's open. The carriage was granted to us. We were told to come here. I kick open the door and I step out.
Okay. You are. Let me see if I have any images here. I may not.
Let's try to take the horses.
They're dead. We can't help them anymore.
And that's why it'd be so cool to have an undead horse.
Have Gurney just make you one.
Sorry, I know that's the player talking, not Ulrich. I'm sorry.
No, it'd be epic if Ulrich had the giant sword that he was riding the horse. Just
Yeah, he would be the angel of death.
Oh man,
We'll
Flayed.
become the horseman. Yeah, that's our,
Plague.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh crap! Yeah, you would be.
Your war.
Or pestilence, maybe. Maybe, yeah.
You're probably pestilence.
Yeah, I'll be war. Yeah,
Sorry, I'm just
Askren's just
looking
death.
for some.
death.
Uh,
Everything he touches.
what's the other one? The third one then?
Famine.
The famine. Okay. Well, there you go. Because you're
Felix,
eating
you're
Felix.
starving.
Yeah. You ate all the blood.
You're starving for
I-
affection and love.
I'm a glutton for
Mm.
pain.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Ulrich can be the famine one then.
Oh.
Everyone's only allowed to eat those little crackers. That's it.
No. No. Get
One
some,
cracker
like,
per day.
get
All
them like get something
That's
like pita
it.
bread because that's the worst. Like the crackers that you
All right,
order.
all right, all right.
from-
All right. So you guys step out of the cart. The first thing you notice is that you must be high above any part of the city that you've been in, because there's a thick layer of cold fog here. Not exactly snow, but it is significantly colder in this section of the city than it was anywhere else, with a thick blanket of fog hanging over the floors. Gurney, you actually know, because you have been Shit.
Be careful.
That was my phone. Because you've been studying Palemore for a while, you understand that the palace, while you never particularly paid much attention to it, is separated by a large ascending bridge that leads from central Palemore to it. It rises fairly high. However, the last you had heard, you had never been there yourself, but the last you had heard, the bridge had collapsed.
Well, let's climb up.
Well, you are currently standing in what looks like a courtyard. There are dead trees and bushes without leaves around you in what was once clearly very well landscaped and well kept. And towering above you is this stone structure, fires burning still in some of the windows, but it is imposing against the pale, purplish night sky. This huge castle that looms in front of you. You notice that the courtyard around you is what were once probably green areas covered in grass. Currently are stacked fairly high, maybe 4 or 5 deep, with bodies, men and women, mostly naked, kind of draped on top of each other, long dead. As you step around the front of the carriage, you see the horses are lying on the ground, flies buzzing around their bodies, almost as if they've been dead here for weeks.
Ooh, unsavory.
It's a grisly scene.
And this is the palace front gates.
Seen worse.
You've done worse. I still love you. Anyways. Last I heard, guys, the bridge might have been out. So this carriage trip might have been... I mean, at least tempted for a reason. Let's go find out. And, I'll give a good look over the area before we sort of pursue this, bridge.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Just anything out of place.
Besides the piles of dead bodies.
Well, you know, like, is there a gardener?
There is not. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I was saying let's all like kind of get out and just do a quick little look around.
Sure,
I want to look for signs of
where's
life.
what I sense of my blood? Where is it in relation to where we are?
You felt them a distance away, but you're welcome to roll me a perception check to see if you can. I'll give you advantage because of your sense.
Okay.
That's a 2.
You're right. That was a 2.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know why I'm all getting excited, like getting a nat 20 on a perception roll. It's like, that's a wasted freaking nat 20. Oh, well. Explode!
All right.
So I got a 34.
Yeah. Felix, you're kind of looking off to the left. Gurney is looking straight ahead. Ulrich, you kind of peer around the side of the cart and you see something catches your eye as it moves. It looks like one of the kind of out structures that's still connected to the main palace, but looks to be kind of like a flanking side tower. You see something move against the cold stone face of it, and as you focus in, something appears, something like a large, like it looks like a large insect or something. Seems to be crawling on the outside of this structure. Its skin or its color is almost exactly the same as the stone, making it very hard to spot. But as it actually seems to be crawling away from you, and you kind of just get a glimpse. It doesn't actually seem to be an insect, as it is crawling on 2 legs and 2 arms. However, under it seems to be a large, distended, swollen red stomach. And you just catch a glimpse of that as it kind of crawls around the side of the tower.
Hey, Felix, did you say something about stomachs full of blood?
Yeah, I did.
All right, well, shit just got a lot more real, because I think there's some bloody buggers out there, and I think they're feeding on these bodies. Because, I saw some sort of creature climbing on that building, and it had a stomach full of blood. If I had to put it in words, mate.
Yeah, that seems like it would do it. We should try to get inside as quickly as possible.
Yeah, let us make haste. We're not alone out here. We should get moving soon before we end up dead in the belly. Yeah. Yeah, Gurney, I saw like some freaky little insect thing with basically like a stomach full of blood creeping around one of the buildings.
We're leaving.
If Felix said there's a bunch of those, they were not small.
We're leaving.
Yeah. Let's stealth.
No, not stealth. I can't.
I don't know. I was trying to do some SEAL Team 6 signals, but yeah.
No.
Let's just go then. Yeah.
So where do you guys want to head? You can head towards the palace gates. You can try and head back down the bridge.
No, palace gates, I think.
Yeah, the gates. So the carriage, so you heard the bridge was out, but we theoretically would have passed that with those. Oh, okay. That got a lot more weird then.
Really weird. This is really weird. We were able to get past that little anomaly.
Okay. Ulrich's putting those pieces together then. Okay. Yikes.
Yeah, see, aren't you glad you weren't on the roof? Actually, no.
Then we would have known what
figured out how that worked.
Yeah, that would have been pretty interesting. Anyways, the palace gates.
Okay. You make your way towards the through the landscaping, through this kind of trail of wrought iron bodies and dead trees, up to the large wood and metal doors, sort of towering double doors that make up the front gate of the palace, and they are standing open, almost as if they are waiting for you.
What kind of palace has the gates open? No god. Strange this is.
I would say a dead one, but there's lights in the palace, so it means something's up.
Felt that inside, though. But then again, so did those horses. So did Vesper, for that matter.
Blood can only tell us so much, Felix. Actually, it can tell us a whole lot. And that's kind of terrifying.
It can tell us way too much. But I digress.
All right, yeah. Let's kind of maybe bring the pace to a little more of a power walk, but still kind of stealthy.
All right, we should get a formation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ducks fly together. Let's do it. V pattern. Let's do it.
Flying V.
Yeah.
You want to be the tip, Ulrich, or do we want Felix?
I would be happy to be your tip, Gurney.
I mean, got the spears, so
you're right.
I'm not going to indulge in this tomfoolery, Ulrich.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it. Age before beauty.
Before,
Wait, did I already say that?
Before we do, Askren, I would like to get summon creature going.
Okay.
Gosh, this is gonna be so bad. I'm so sorry. I need a goo buddy with power level 5.
Okay, so that is a DC 20.
Yes, it is.
What
It's
are you trying? What power are you trying to give him?
entropy, and I'm just gonna be giving him mostly might, as his like attributes. Okay, here we go. This would be really helpful if we get it. Ah!
Just made it.
Ah!
So what attribute we're giving him? Might?
Yeah.
Entropy. His attributes are going to be might, agility, and entropy.
All right.
The 3 is might.
All right. Cool. So, tell us how this creature kind of emerges from your chest.
So there is this fistula has grown larger over time, but now, as Gurney sort of holds up a finger and says, "Hold on, guys. I may be getting a little paranoid, but let's get some help, okay? Just hold on." And he just breathes in deep, and then he sort of does like this hunched over pose as it literally begins to sputter out in like almost like a stocked up faucet that comes out and dribbles until eventually some sort of like crushed folded in figure begins to sort of like clamber and wiggle out, sort of like pushing against his leather armor just to get through, and slapping against the ground with a wet thud.
All right. So this small creature just oozes its way out of the hole in your chest and flops onto the ground, and then kind of like slowly rolls over itself, kind of like awkwardly. It doesn't really have much in the way of limbs. It's just kind of like flopping over like a slinky or something on the ground.
Oh, buddy! Don't touch it.
Gurney, you dropped something. Wait, oh, God!
No,
Oh,
that was on purpose.
oh.
Oh, well, I wipe myself off.
Why did I look back at you? Oh.
Grenade is ecstatic. He is. I did it. I'm trying to get this just right. No, you're perfect. You're perfect. He tells it as I give it instructions to follow us, and if we get into a fight, it is to throw itself in front of the first attack. Like
Okay. Got it.
It's like a water balloon.
Yeah, it is.
It's basically like a black loogie that's just kind of flopping around
Yeah.
on the ground.
Oh, God. Well, you're the 4th member of our party now, so...
Yeah,
My name is
can
Ulrich. Nice to
we
meet
get
you.
a picture and a name
I
and a
don't.
Twitter
Oh God!
hashtag?
Hold on, wait. Let me see if I have one.
He's
Oh,
like
God.
Mr. Hanky. There's just little, like, pooch everywhere he steps or touches.
Chud.
No. The
That's
judo
a
killer
good
wants to call it Chud.
Hold on. I might
Yeah.
have an
good.
image.
Oh no.
I might. I don't know.
It's special to me. It's going to make it through the palace. Just watch. It's going to make it all the way through.
I don't have any. I don't have anything really cool here for this.
I don't think it should look cool.
I think it should look very pathetic.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's level 5. It's level 5. It's pretty good. It's pretty
I
good.
have this weird image in my mind of it, and I swear it's from something, but I don't know what it is. Like, there's...
I always imagine it from
The
Heart of
Thing.
Darkness.
You imagine what?
What was that, Speedy?
I said The Thing.
You said what thing?
The Thing.
From the movie The Thing.
The movie The Thing.
Oh, yeah. But no, I always think it sort of looks like those inky, like, black creatures from that Heart of Darkness game. But this time it's, like, not... It doesn't have, like, limbs. It's just sort of like a... It's trying to limb, but...
Yeah, I don't really have anything that
I almost
looks
thought like
that.
I almost thought like an Is from the Max. I was watching that.
Ah,
I don't know if anybody remembers that old comic or cartoon.
Look at the image that Kitty just put in chat.
Oh god.
I like it.
Is.
I like it.
Okay.
Take back what I said. That is it.
Yeah, I like it.
Except Gurney's smiling in the picture. He's not.
He's
freaked
looking
out
like
by
he's
it.
looking at it like a proud parent.
It's
He just
adorable.
reaches in and kisses.
Oh God, no! I love my lips. I need those.
Such face sucking.
Okay.
It sucks my lips off.
So this thing is essentially like flopping over on the ground next to you as you walk in, and you guys want to enter the castle gates.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did it.
All right.
Following along.
Let me continue.
I just thought of something really cool. If we ever need to like fling him somewhere, I want to be the one to like catapult
You
your
want
child.
you want pitching rights?
It would be honored. I'd be honored to catapult your slime child.
Well, last time my goo came into contact with your person, Ulrich, it ruined your sword.
I remember that now. And luckily that part of the sword is still black, so it'll, no harm, no foul. It's already beyond that point.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
I want to do some like One Piece combining our power stuff with that thing. Gomu shot.
Oh man, yeah. I could like coat your sword in goo babies,
Oh god.
and they could scream, and I could do the deafen bane, and as you hit them, it does persistent damage. I don't know.
Yes, hell yes.
All right, give me one.
We'll
minute.
workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah. This just, I don't know, ideas are forming right now. We're walking through the palace, and this is what's going on. And
Yeah,
it works.
I was just looking for some art here, and I actually should probably get this one too because I want.
I'll just draw you one really quick.
Yeah, no. Why don't we have one yet? Please tell me that.
Speed drawing. We should do that during every stream.
I know. Then I'd be down like this the whole time, just looking down. Yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just saving one more
I hit
image.
it. I kill it with a natural 20.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
What the hell did I call these things? I called them. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, cool.
Fistula children.
So you guys are making your way into the palace itself, and as you enter through the gates, you are hit first of all by how cold it is in here. It's just sort of. It's just sort of unnervingly, like bitingly cold. Almost as if your breath starts fogging up in front of you. You are going to see, or you could see that this palace is definitely opulent. It's not nearly as destroyed or ruined as the rest of the city would lead you to expect. The hall that you enter kind of vaults. The ceiling vaults overhead. The floor is smooth stone covered in red carpets. There are statuary. There are paintings. Many of them have been defaced. But it's mostly intact as you see rooms kind of branching off this main hallway that seems to extend ahead for probably a good, I don't know, 400 feet before you see at the end of it a large large open area with statuary and 2 staircases ascending. So there are rooms on either side of you and a big big main staircase at the far end of the hall.
Climb that.
Great, more stairs. Pop my knee back into place.
I told you the carriage ride was bad for your back.
Oh, now I gotta worry about my knees. A bit of advice: don't get old.
Well, then we should turn around and not end the endless night in that case. Because, you know, if tomorrow never comes, then we'll never age.
Word of our community's acclaim.
I think I would rather have the ability to die. Thanks.
You should pledge your life to God.
Word of our community's acclaim.
Sorry, that was instinct. I know I've given you guys the God speech before. Never mind.
So what do you?
Yeah,
Where do
we
you
both
guys?
just kind of like
habits
sigh.
So where do you guys want to go?
Up the staircase.
Okay. So you're going to pass by a couple rooms on your way to the staircase. As you peer in on either side, you realize these rooms they seem to be receiving rooms, hall, maybe possibly banquet halls. You see one of them has a large table. Another seems to have quite a bit of broken furniture in it. As you pass the room on your left, you notice almost immediately right inside the room is something that kind of catches you off guard. There's the shape of something or someone is kind of hunched over almost right in the doorway. You hear kind of noises coming. You hear kind of a scraping sound. It seems like they're doing something, but their back is to you.
Shh, boy. I think I see someone in that room.
Yeah, a few someone's.
Felix,
I-
can you... You said, didn't you feel there was no one in the castle?
I don't know. We were far from the castle before. It was hard to tell. I could.
I'm going to...
If you want, we can go in and ask
I've
questions.
I've got this. I've got this. I'm gonna send.
Okay.
I'm
Ooh,
going-
let's do it and just lock the door behind them.
Okay. No. Let's try this first. I'm going to cast Seeing on the Fistula child,
Okay.
and they are a willing creature. It's going to be power level 4.
Okay.
I'm going to try to see through its eyes.
It has eyes.
Does it
I
have
mean,
eyes?
it's going to have more than one eye, at least. It's not good. Ah,
What was the
17.
What was the power level?
4.
That's an 18.
Oh, that's so sad. I can't make the connection, so
I'm just gonna try and sneak closer.
Okay. You
yeah, I'm crouched.
you kind
Just
of
like-
you kind of walk up behind this thing and you can hear it's definitely a person. They're definitely muttering to themselves like miss no a little bit more, almost done, just a bit more, to themselves, and you hear kind of the scraping sounds as it seems like they're kind of scrubbing the floor with a bristle brush.
Okay.
Okay.
How many of them are there?
Just one.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna kind of cautiously lean down and tap him on the shoulder.
The person or the creature seems to kind of stop, but doesn't really acknowledge you and says, "No, still work to do, still work to do," and they go back to
sorry.
scrubbing even more furiously.
I have an invitation from Queen Morgul.
They kind of stop again, and you see its head kind of slowly tilt just so you can, like, this person appears to be draped in some kind of tattered cloth garment. Their head is covered with kind of like a wrap of rags. As they turn, you can see the face is old, like blackened skin, almost dry and desiccated, with long white beard. But you can only see a corner of the face as it turns to you, and then almost quickly turns back and says, Call the butler. Call the butler. What's work to do?
How do I call the butler? Is there a bell or something?
As this is happening, those of you who are still in the hallway hear a loud boom. Sounds like something metal ringing.
You muted.
Can I tell which direction it's coming
It's
from?
definitely coming from down the hallway.
Ulrich, do you hear that away? A ringing.
Well, I always have ringing in my ears these days, but if now you mention it, yeah, I do hear a little more going this way.
That's good. Felix, who is it?
Just a servant, looks like, scrubbing floors.
Oh,
Said to call the butler.
I think the butler's calling us. There's a noise going off.
Okay, I guess we can follow that.
Sorry,
Thank them.
I'm just looking for an image. I don't know where I saved it. So give me 2 seconds. Here we are.
Question him more. And then, should I kill him?
How long has he been scrubbing?
Probably.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the floor. Like, is this guy like crackhead scrubbing the same spot over and over, or is he like legitimately cleaning?
It's that point where you're scrubbing the same floor to like let the hours go by, and then you like.
It's hard to tell. You actually, as you guys walk into this room, you can hear other sounds drifting up from far end where it branches off into more rooms. You believe you see another hunched over figure kind of walking with a yellow lantern down past one of the doors in the distance. As far as you can tell, these look like servants, and they all look similar, or dressed similar, or similarly hunched over and aged, but they still seem to be active here. Whether they're alive or not is hard to tell, but yeah, they are definitely still working.
Well, this person hasn't committed any obvious sins, so I feel like I can kill them.
That's nice.
That's very nice.
Let's
That was
follow the
just
ringing
me
sound.
thinking that. Yeah, sorry.
That was
Ulrich's just
awesome.
like standing over. I'm like,
That.
do something. Give me an excuse.
All right.
Yeah. You guys
Is
take
that-
the lead.
Yeah, let's go towards that noise.
All right. You want to make your way down the hallway, the first one.
I believe so.
Okay. As you make your way down the hallway, you see there are rooms. They look like multi-story libraries, like what you can kind of see in front of you. Opulent chambers draped with tables and furniture covered in old cobwebs and dust. And as you make your way past these rooms, towards the staircase, there's a large landing area with paintings and statuary all around it. You see lots of paintings depicting what look like nobility, some of them with pale, like very, very pale, nearly white faces and long drawn features, dressed in noble's garment. Don the walls. The statuary, some of it seems to have been defaced, some of it seems to be covered in cloth. However, as you're standing in this landing, there seems to be a light streaming down from somewhere above, just a cold, pale white light. You can see 2 staircases flanking in large curving form going up to the floor above, if not higher. And you see that standing at the bottom and walking down one of these staircases is what appears to be a woman. Her head is down. She is dressed all in white. She walks with a slow, kind of stuttering gait. And you think you can hear from her comes a soft whimpering.
This looks familiar.
She's about 40 feet away from you, and she has not noticed you at this point.
Is there a crown on her head?
Not that you can see. If there's any details you'd like to examine, you're more than welcome to make a perception check. Or you can do something else.
Yeah, I want to look at. I was gonna say I want to look at her belly, but I guess it's too late for that. It's not like yeah.
What are you looking for?
Signs of pregnancy. I don't know how I would look for that, so I guess I'm just waiting.
There's no.
Can I see that baby bump?
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll just look at her and just watch closely.
Okay.
See if she's noticed us.
Can I examine her brain
At the moment,
with a mind dredge?
sure. Yeah, sure. Ulrich, you wanted to examine. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right, rolling now. Woo! All right.
Interesting. Okay.
These old man eyes can.
And then you want to roll me a prescience check. Ooh. Interesting. It's a 40.
Total of
Nice.
40.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ugh.
The pre-science check was for
Yes.
Gurney, right? Okay.
That was him. You were rolling a perception check.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we'll give you first, Ulrich. You, as you're kind of standing on guard, watching her descend the stairs and cross the chamber in your direction, you notice, first of all, her head is down, but it looks like her eyes are covered in possibly bandages. There you see small red stains on the front of whatever cloth covers her face. You also see her skin is pale, almost to the point of being white, making it very visible that her neck has a kind of a deep cut, and blood has streamed down from it, staining the top of her white dress. There is specks of it leading downwards, but you don't see any around her stomach or pelvic area. But you do notice, however, that her hands, kind of clasped in front of her, are actually bound with rope and chain.
I just want to hey, take a look, and just kind of draw closer attention to her so they see what I'm seeing and they notice it.
Yeah, you guys. She's not crossed the room to you yet, but she will be arriving shortly. Gurney, what did you want to dredge for?
Surface thoughts. I didn't intend for this to be a deep probe. Since
Right. I will tell you. I will let because you rolled really well. I will let you choose something else if you want. Because you're very easily able to grasp any kind of thoughts. There aren't many. There's not really any words. But you grasp a lot of pain, a lot of anguish and loss. You get the sense that she is, at this point, wandering fairly aimlessly.
Can I retrieve the layout of the castle?
You can retrieve the path that she walked.
That could be useful.
That would be pretty good.
Okay. I'll do that. That sounds
Someone
useful.
had to send her this way, right? I mean, I'm assuming.
She depending on we could sort of travel and find out her story in this castle, perhaps wherever her path takes us.
Okay.
Yeah, good plan. I like it.
As you kind of grasp onto whatever little bit of consciousness or mind there is here, you manage to kind of basically play it in reverse. You watch her backwards up the stairs very slowly through. It appears that the chamber above is fairly wide and open. You watch her kind of come off from the left-hand side through an archway door, through a large library place where you can see many tables around. You also catch glimpses of white around her, and then past that, you notice that she begins her journey in a chamber with, as far as you can see when she comes to a stop, a broken window, a flickering firelight, and what appears to be a body, or a not really a full body, but part of a corpse on a table or a bed. It's hard to see because it's just kind of out of vision.
Okay.
You can get basically from her perspective, you can glean that there is a fairly open area above you. There is which you can just make out sort of an ascending straight staircase from it that probably leads to another floor. There is a library-like chamber off to the left. You're not sure what's off to the right, and there are what appear to be either dormitories or servants' quarters or something that she's come from.
Okay. Certainly not dressed like one.
And she had blood, like, coming down right here, right? Like a little bit. Like there's flecks of it around there.
From her neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a gash that you saw.
Oh, there was a gash. I don't know, when you said there was some, like, a body on the table in there, and then I was wondering
he didn't see that.
Okay. Back up a bit. I'm gonna lay this on you guys.
By the way, this whole time you see she hasn't stopped walking. She is crossing the room towards you.
I don't know if she's gonna notice this, honestly. She seems to be
at this point. She's about 15 feet away.
I say we kind of just, like, step aside, like...
Step aside. Yeah, give her a wide berth.
Yeah, I don't want any trouble.
Not that wide of a berth if she turns out to be the mother, but...
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Poor choice of words, yeah. Too soon.
Okay. You guys want to step aside and let her pass?
Yes.
Or at least clear the way, yeah.
Yeah.
I will lean in and whisper, is this a girl? Have either of you seen her, actually?
She is certainly the woman of my dreams.
Oh.
Not like that.
Oh, wait, that's right. That's right.
Wait, what?
No, that's right.
You've seen her too. The first night.
That's right, she was crying. Before the mist.
You guys have seen this woman before?
You have
You
too.
were there, Ulrich, when all this started?
The Yellow Mist,
What?
the Tatterman. That first night we saw each other.
The wailing woman.
No.
Yeah.
As you guys step out of the way, out of the hallway, you watch as her head still down, her bound hands in front of her, the soft weeping and whimpering coming from her as she sobs into her bloodied rags, and she just steps slowly, not even raising her head to look at you. As she passes past Ulrich, probably just a step or so before the archway that leads into the hallway, she kind of seems to slowly fade away and then disappear.
Okay, I think I do remember now. Wait, this was the woman in the middle of the courtyard, like the road that we tried to help.
Yeah.
I'm arming myself. Ulrich's kind of tatted man. He has to be close.
I mean, I don't know if. No, we're fine. We're fine. He's somewhere else.
Then should I kill her?
No, she's gone, man. She just.
Ulrich, you were the last one to see the Tatterman.
What happened?
He disappeared.
Per usual.
The second we got transported, he wasn't there. It was just me and that bloody bastard that kept trying to steal from me.
Well, at the very least, we shook him off.
He's out there somewhere. But he did, I'm fairly confident he did pass over with me, and he escaped after he came out of the dream, basically.
A new follower.
I know her path. The trail that she left. There's something we should see. Follow me. And I'm gonna lead them on this path through the serpent's quarters and the dormitories, that library, until we get to this room with the body.
Okay.
I'll just be watching that woman as we walk past her, and then.
Well, she's not there
All
anymore.
right, cool. Oh yeah,
No.
crap, sorry. I keep forgetting she disappeared. She's
I know,
too quick for me.
It's
Just too quick for my old man brain.
you think she like turned a corner really quick.
Yeah.
While you were looking away.
Ghost.
All right. So you guys ascend the spiraling staircase, and as you climb to the top, it gets a bit colder. The air seems to kind of become a bit more heavy. You stand in a large chamber illuminated by high windows, some of them colored with stained glass, others large, containing designs inside of them. The light, this sort of pale moonlight streaming through them to dimly illuminate the chamber. It seems to extend, as soon as you reach the top of the stairs, it extends straight ahead through fairly opulent banners and pillars to a large carpeted staircase leading up one more time. To the left, you see a wall with more paintings and statuary, and an archway where you can make out that sort of library beyond. You hear a heavy thudding sound on the stone, followed by the chink of metal.
I get behind Ulrich.
Ulrich, as he gets behind
Oh,
you,
I'm so ready. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm so
you
ready.
guys hear another heavy thud and the grinding of metal against stone, as if someone is dragging something heavy and metallic against the stone floor, thudding heavy footfalls continuing with more metallic clinking.
Usually I would look over at Gurney for something, but I want to look over at Felix, and I think I want us to separate and maybe try to get on each side of this sound right now. And I look at him like, "God, man." All right, and then I look back at Gurney like, "Yeah, stay back."
Roll me a perception check.
You can just hang out on the hunchback.
If you guys are looking around, roll me a perception check.
Yeah, let's all roll that. Everybody look for him right now.
Can we?
Yeah, totally.
There's very few times Ulrich looks scared. I don't want to say that he is right now, but he doesn't look as not scared as he usually does. Oh, nice.
Total of 30.
Okay, 30. That's 1.
Nice, Gurney.
9.
9.
Oh, 7. Yikes. Okay.
All right.
This is all.
Gurney or Ulrich and Felix are kind of looking around for the echoes of this sound. However, Gurney, from behind Ulrich, you peer down and your eyes pierce through the darkness at the far end of this long chamber, because you came down a long hallway, so this chamber similarly extends in that same direction. And from the darkness, you can just barely make out the glint of metal as some large humanoid form, hulking and heavy, like hunched over. You don't see any face. It's just black cloth draped down, and they seem to be dragging what looks like a humongous metal-bladed axe along the stone floor. You see, as they're walking, they're not like particularly looking at you, but just, and then as they're coming, you kind of see some like another shape. One of these bent over servants is kind of hobbles out of a doorway nearby, kind of sweeping along the stone. And you watch. He's not really paying attention. You watch as this creature just stops and lifts the axe over his head, and then with almost without any sort of motion, any sort of hesitation, just slams it down right on it. You guys instantly hear the smashing of stone and the crunching of bones as the axe just cleaves through this servant, and then just kind of moves the axe back behind its back, still grinding against the stone, and continues walking. It hasn't reached you, it hasn't seen you, but it's probably about 100 feet away at this point.
Is there an
We all see that though.
You could hear it. The noise certainly startled you to where it's moving. Yeah.
I wanted to save him, but that's too far. There's no way I would have made it in time.
Yeah, Gurney whispers to you guys, "We can't get near that thing. It's a big metal black. It's big."
Well, I don't need to get near it, and I flip open the spear.
No. We can move past it. We just have to get another path.
What?
Just don't get near it. Don't get near it. Is there another path?
The pathway that you originally wanted to go to is still to your left. This guy is down to the south. That would be, if that's to the south, the big stairs are to the north. Your path would be to the west.
Okay, so we just need to keep moving fast.
Yeah, so that guy was coming up from behind us almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's rolling up.
All right, yeah, no. Looks like we need to find a new exit, boys.
I'm going to do something.
Okay.
I'm going to push the rest of you guys ahead. I'm going to cast a Bane in this room. It is going to be the slowed Bane.
Interesting.
Yes. It's power level 1.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fill this room with a smoke that will hopefully debilitate this guy enough to slow him down from reaching us as we do our various things.
Nice.
Okay. So
Yeah,
what
totally
does your slowing Bane look like?
It's a mix of like a smoky so smoke billows out of the fistula, but not only that, it carries with it like almost like a thick layer of sludge that just begins to pool and spread across the floor of this room, and it just sort of like keeps oozing up this acrid weaves of dark air, as well as just sort of like I just sort of smear it and let it slither along the carpet, which is ruined now, or the cobbled floors, until this room is like it's going to be like almost like a suction on his heavy feet. Of course, this is that's
All right, so you kind of let out this billowing smoke that kind of turns into this tar-like stickiness along the floor as you emanate it down the hallway. I'm assuming you said you were pushing the rest of the group back towards that room. You can totally do that. Do you guys want to follow his lead and rush into that library-like room, or do you want to go up the stairs?
I am following. If Gurney says, "Hey, go this way," I trust him at this point. Now I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah, same.
All right.
I love you guys.
So you guys have not been spotted by this giant creature, and you basically push your way into this library-like chamber. Let me do one thing here.
We'll wait there for Gurney for the record, but we will look around. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. This hopefully won't take long. As I just...
All right.
This won't take long.
If we're lucky, some servants are going to come in here and try to clean up, and they're just going to waste this guy's time even more.
Don't worry, we've got plenty of human shields between him and us.
Mm-hmm.
Just
The meat shield is the most effective shield.
Oh man.
All right.
I'm having my little sludge boy help out as well.
Yeah.
As
he's
you,
still with us. He's still with us, right? Save him as long as
yeah,
you can.
he'll still be next to you.
That's alright. He's in the hole right now, like no joke.
I'm just looking for my my reference here.
Ace out of the hole. It's
The
no
fourth
longer in the
man. Oh, sorry, what was that?
hole. Ace out of the hole. It
Ace
came out of the hole. It's no
Oh,
longer
God,
in
yeah.
the hole.
All right. All right. Here we are.
Truly.
Okay, here we are. So you guys rush into this library chamber, which I totally just lost my fucking thing on. Damn it. Okay. You rush into this library chamber, and it is basically you're looking at what the image in front of you looks like. It is tall stacks of dilapidated shelves, candles, banners, hanging chandeliers in a large place. However, the first thing you notice is that drifting through this chamber is huge. It's a little bit bigger than Gurney originally thought. It's easily like 200 yards in total, long, and in it, Gurney, you guys all, as you rush through the door, you see that this chamber seems to be at least currently occupied by a few more of these sort of drifting, pale women milling about this chamber. They're not walking in any particular place. Some of them are facing away from you. However, as you enter, one of them slowly kind of turns its head towards you. Again, you see sort of a mask of bandages covered in red and blood down the neck that is drained onto the shirt as their hands kind of clasped in front of them as they turn to you, wordlessly looking.
I freeze.
They're just kind of standing there looking at us.
One of them is.
Okay. Felix will slowly approach and
Okay.
just sort of get down on one knee.
Mm-hmm.
And look at them and be like, hello there. My name's Felix. I'm a priest. What's your name?
Hail.
The woman kind of leans forward. She doesn't seem to be regarding you specifically, but she kind of, you see her kind of like her hands move a bit to her side as she kind of out of the way as she leans down, and you hear like she's next to your head, but you don't know if she's looking specifically at you, and you hear kind of soft like sobbing sounds. Gurney and Ulrich, can you roll me a perception check?
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Even though I've been rolling like natural 20s on all my things.
Well,
Uh,
Ulrich started thinking of something. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
But, next
Actually-
time we have a chance to powwow as like a team.
Felix,
I wanna
I'll let
talk to
you
you
roll a
guys.
perception check too at disadvantage here.
Because it's women.
A new follower.
All right, perception. Nice.
Okay, what did everyone get?
16.
Ulrich uses his old man peeping vision. 17.
15.
Sorry, say
We're
that
all
again.
pretty close. 16, 15, 17. So we're all about the same.
Okay.
I have the 17.
Okay.
Not to brag.
You guys are basically kind of watching this woman, and so you don't actually really notice when she kind of leans in softly, sobbing into Felix's ear, and then almost with a flash, her hands raise, and a knife blade in them, she is going to make an attack at Felix's throat.
This is the worst idea the servant's ever had.
You're the sweetest, Felix.
Felix, this is a surprise attack, so this is going to be with advantage about you.
This is a happy surprise for Felix, I think, though. He sees it coming. Ooh, that looks nice.
Not a great roll. 15 against your guard.
Felix grabs her arm.
Okay, you just managed to. You probably not grab it. You managed to kind of throw yourself, your hands up and yourself backwards as you kind of tumble to like back on your hands, like holding this thing up in front of you as she's like. And as this is happening,
Not so hasty, dear.
Gurney, you're the one. You're a little bit closer. You're looking over her shoulder. You see another kind of woman turn. However, her head. She doesn't seem to have a head on her shoulders. As she turns, you see she's actually physically holding a pale head in her hands. And as it turns to you, it is going to let out a shrieking scream that is just going to fill your senses and almost send you into a shocked stupor as they are going to begin attacking. However, because of the scream, you guys are all going to start your first turn paralyzed.
No.
So
No.
If only it were that simple.
we're not. You know what? We'll actually. I mean, yes. So here's what's gonna happen. The shrieking scream happens, and you guys feel your bodies seize up, and as you're kind of like you see this thing kind of raising in its clutched hands, raising this dagger over Felix again. You guys are just sitting there, stuck and terrified. And right before it strikes, you hear and then a crashing sound in the room behind you. And as these women, bloody necks and bodies rush in to fight your paralyzed selves, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight.
I think the axe guy is not bad. I think we should have talked to him.
He killed someone for sweeping the floor!
I think
Well,
these are the. I don't think they were sweeping the floor.
I don't know, man. But it is getting towards midnight, and we're not gonna start a combat tonight. We'll leave that for tomorrow, seeing what is going to happen inside the strange, haunted, cairn-born castle that is the home of Queen Margol. What does this mean? Are they actually at the end of their journey, or is it just beginning? Who knows? that's gonna be another session. We're gonna go around. Don't go away, guys. We have a lot more stuff to cover. We have all kinds of stuff we want to talk about. We want to get shout outs and stuff. But first of all, thank you guys for hanging out. Please let us know what you thought of tonight's episode in the chat. We love hearing your reactions and your thoughts. While you guys dump those in chat, I am gonna go around to my cast, of course, and get their thoughts and feelings on what's going on, where they are, and what might happen next. And let's start with my good friend Speedy.
Good. This is good. This is we're in a good situation right now. I'm completely happy with it. These Banshee ladies they all seem really nice, and I like them, and I hope we can be friends. I'm sure that knife was just that's just how people say hello in this neck of the woods, and it'll be fine. We're all gonna be fine. So, yeah, no, this is a really fun session. I'm happy to be back. Having a week off of this it always like replenishes my sanity a little bit, which is a problem. So I'm glad to be back here and have it depleted once more. So that next week when I do this again, I'll be completely insane, just completely insane. Yeah, that's really all I can really hope for.
Oh man, Din wasn't having fun. He ran away.
Yeah, just left.
That's okay.
But I'm Speedy. I run the channel Not So Speedruns, where I play a bunch of video games. I play indie games mostly, as well as some Dungeons and Dragons. I play Blades in the Dark on Thursdays in our game 6 and 20, which is a collaborative. It's run by Video Store Cowboy on his channel, on my channel, and on Unmade Gaming's channel. He dropped a raid earlier, actually.
Yeah.
All really awesome guys. And so it's 3 crews in the same world. It's like super intense and messed up. And a really good time. You should definitely check it out. Other than that, if you are a Twitch streamer or moderator or beloved community member of a good streamer, I am running one-shots for streamers. I have offered up my services as a DM to go onto other channels and run one-shots for people. So if you or a streamer you know would be interested in playing D&D, whether you have any experience in it at all whatsoever, or are an absolute master level 20, I'd love to stop by your channel, run something for you, and it'll be a really good time. So yeah, that's me. Hit me up.
All right, man. Yeah, definitely go check Speedy out for the D&Ds there. And lots of great gaming content. Awesome guy. Go check him out. The link is in the chat. Drop him a follow there. 4-Man, what about you? What are you thinking about today?
Well, gosh darn. Gurney Abel is very squishy. He has 14 HP in total. And
Does
I
he
don't
really?
know what's going. That's absolutely true.
Wow.
That's less than half of, I think, both of ours. Wow.
Oh my god!
I've been really building mine, and yeah, mine's crazy high.
Well, it's going to be interesting if he dies, because as we understand it, when you die, you go back to the waking dream, or the Callum's dream, and now Callum's dead. So what's going to happen if they die? But what's worse, what if I die? So I'm going to try to not let that happen.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
And I'm hoping that I am hoping that Ileana is a very patient woman, because we have time and time again said this is more important than your little errand. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know if we're even capable of ending the child, I guess. But we're gonna try. Oh, these boys. Anyways, yeah, that's Gurney Abel, and my name is 4. I run this pleasant little channel called On the Forefront, in which we do a lot of role-playing game content. I'll play games here and now, but what the focus is really giving you guys an outrageously fun story with pleasant characters, a lot of diversity, and also just a web of mouse guard that has erupted onto my channel and other channels. Now, I don't do D&D I only have one D&D show, and that's the Festival of Colors. That's tomorrow, Sundays, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there if you have the opportunity. If not, you can also see me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where I will be running Mouse Guard the Eastern Marches, which is based on the comics of the name Mouse Guard, in which we invite whoever wants to learn how to play this role-playing game, not just Mouse Guard, but also just role-playing in general. I teach the game. I'd be happy to invite you to come play on the channel. Just follow the link on my channel to the Discord, and that will take you right to our community, where we will be happy to give you a rundown on how you can get started, how you can make your character, what these little mice are doing in this big, big world. Also follow me on Twitter, because I do have possibly a new campaign show coming. It might be West Marches, it might not. We'll have to see. I will say it is Torchbearer related. So get in tune to what we do on the forefront. And by all means, you'll see more bows. In fact, you can have the opportunity to see all of the bows.
Right now. Now you don't have to go to his channel because you've seen all of them.
But here's the thing.
The real treasure.
You can see all the bows here, but can you see them decked out on my head? The past 2 Sundays, I have put over like 40 bows in my name.
Yeah, I don't. It just happens throughout the session. It just kind of he acquires more bows. They reproduce by budding.
We really I need a pruner or something.
Oh,
that's all I got, Askren. Go do your thing.
By the way, when you said find out what we do on the forefronts, I was like, that's the sequel to What We Do in the Shadows. Guys, go check out his channel. The link is in the chat. Lots of great games, especially for beginners and those who want to get into role playing, or just jump in on a fun game where anyone can join. And 4 is goddamn wonderful. Go check it out. The link is right over there. Give him a follow. Din Money, man, what is going on? How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm doing extra well today because not only were we back and got to play, but it's my first day off in a long time. So, but before we get into me, I just want to talk about the session. It was so funny. I was, no joke, about to suggest, all right, team huddle, man. I was like, all right, next time we have a chance, team huddle. I was gonna be like, all right, I think we need to stop this Queen Morgul. We're gonna kill her. Let's start talking to these servants and start arranging a coup. And I'm like, yeah, let's start talking to them. It's like, no, they're trying to kill us. So it's just one of those funny little moments that happen in a session when you're like, oh, I think I have a master plan, and then it's just instantly the rug swept out from under your feet, the bubble popped, and it's just like, nope. So that was a pretty funny moment for me. Everything else was awesome. I'm glad we kicked some ass in the beginning, and I'm so glad we're working as a team. This is so sick. We're unstoppable when we're together. It's freaking radical.
I missed you, Din Money.
Yeah, I missed you guys too. Oh man, so I'm sorry I didn't get to go to TwitchCon. I'm so jelly. Everyone that did looked so awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. The reason I couldn't go is I should lead into what I was gonna say anyways. I was super busy all month working on a Halloween game we just released a few days ago. We just finished the trailer, and we're actually doing a little giveaway. I'll post the link in the chat right now.
Yeah, go for it.
If you guys would retweet, share, and follow, whatever, all that stuff it says on the tweet, do all that, you can get a free copy yourself. If you don't, it's we have a Halloween sale right now. It's only $2 for the game, but do check it out. If you're not familiar with the Paramedium series, we made it last year for a Halloween jam. It was really fun, and that one's free to play. So definitely check it out if you're just have 15 minutes of spoopy time this Halloween. So. Yeah, definitely check it out. Really fun visual novel. My art style, my partner made it with me. Really cool. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah.
Absolutely, guys. Please go check out Din on Twitter. It's at Din Money. I don't know if he streams that much more, except on Patreon these days. But you should definitely.
That's why it's Din Money.
Yeah. Not Din broke.
Yeah. Not anymore. I'm finally slowly climbing out of poverty.
Din Poverty is what he used to be.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
No, guys, go check him out. He is an amazing artist. If you did not see, by the way, Din came out of left field and blew our minds with that amazing Palemore inspired art piece that he dropped on Twitter and on Discord right before this game. What's going on, Daleric? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, Din dropped that amazing art piece that I think he said he made like just today, and he blew us all away. Din is a fantastic guy. He is also the artist for our Dice Thulu shirt. You guys, Din Money, Dice Thulu has been dropping the link to the TeePublic there. You can get your own if you want to own a piece of it. It is awesome, and I hope you guys check him out and go support him, man. Amazing artist, amazing content. Thank you guys for joining us. I want to don't go anywhere. We still have some more stuff. I want to go through and thank our new followers and subscribers. Thank you, Sir Anti-Stud, for the follow. Thank you, Kooky Canuck and Nahan Stop and Viz Clan Gaming and Benogan and Lord Dragon and Lee2 and Brutal Nerd and Ed from Red and Grant R. Ellis and Adventures of Tony and True Blackanese and The Lady Mia and Chick Nugs and Mayday and A. Isherwood and Into the AM for following. Thank all of you guys. Some of those names I recognize from TwitchCon. Some of you guys are new people to the channel. Either way, thank you for joining us and welcome to the madness. Dice Thulu embraces you all. And thank you so much to Hawk Hunting with that 2-month Twitch Prime resub, as well as Unmade Gaming with the 4-month resub. He says, you guys are okay, I guess. And thank you, Splattered Ink, for that 2-month resub. And of course, thank all of the hosts, Saving Throw Show, hopping in with the 135 viewer host from their 24-hour charity marathon. I dropped this shout out link in chat. If you guys do not know, Saving Throw Show is an amazing channel. I was in their studio back when I was in California. They do amazing content live from their studio, tons of it all week. They really, really deserve support. Great actors, great entertainers over there, and they are also part of our streaming team, the Tabletop Game Network. Also, I want to thank Unmade Gaming for the goddamn 35-person host and that amazing Unmade raid. And also, I missed it before, but Arvanelaron with the Arvanauts raid. Thank you guys so much. We love having you guys here, and thank you for showing your support for Writhing Moon. This has been a goddamn good episode, and I love having you guys here. If it's your first time or not, we are climbing our way towards that 3,000 follower mark. So if you guys help us hit it, we will of course do some awesome giveaways. But what was I going to say? I had something I was going to say, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, let's talk about if this is your first time or you're returning, let's talk about what else goes on the channel. First of all, my name is Askren. I am the host and dungeon master here on Exploding Dice, and this has been Writhing Moon, our open legend horror campaign here every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, it's Linky, for the follow. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the madness. What else do we do? Well, tomorrow you can find 4 in this Dungeon Master seat and me in the player seat as we play more Mouse Guard: The Dark Spring. It is a fantastic campaign. I'm probably the least entertaining player there because the rest of the cast is simply JXN, that Bronze Girl, and Drunkly Romantic, and they are a riot.
Every troop needs a straight man.
Yeah. It is a goddamn riot, and I hope to see you guys here. That is 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Did my music go off? No, come on, keep playing. And of course, Monday I should be over on the Bubbernauts channel with some more Mouse Guard there. Tuesday, of course, this Tuesday is Halloween. I don't know what you guys... Is it? Yes, this Tuesday is Halloween. I don't know what you guys are going to be doing, but I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. We are returning to Fuzzy Dice. It's coming back after a hiatus. I am going to be hanging out with Lauren, Obo Crazy Urban. She's the dungeon master for some shows over on the official Wizards D&D channel. I believe it's called Dice. I don't remember. It's there's so many logos on that one retweet thing. It's hard for me to keep track of all of them. But she was also the Dungeon Drunks podcast, and she DMs for Rooster Teeth. So just a really experienced DM and a fun person all around. And she was the one who decided to do Halloween. So I might be in costume, but we're gonna be here doing a Fuzzy Dice show. That means live DM talk, and of course, questions and answers from you. Oh, what else is happening tomorrow? I forgot. Tomorrow is called, we're starting a brand new show. So if you guys don't know, Speedy formed a great Discord channel for a bunch of DM streamers, and
Don't put this all on me.
And we have been
also on Made Gaming and Video Store Cowboy.
Yeah. Those three guys put together a great Discord channel, and we've been having a blast sharing ideas and sharing information in it. And one of the things that happened in that was a roundtable show called the DM's Table, where it's going to be a rotating open cast, so we never know who's going to be signing up each week, but it's going to be every Sunday starting tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I believe as of last count, it's going to be myself, Laura Lania, Eric Vulgaris, and Video Store Cowboy? Yeah, Video Store Cowboy. That's going to be tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we are going to be spending our time talking about dungeon mastering, talking about our own personal campaigns, helping each other improve, analyze what we could do better, and where things we want to try, and of course, as always, answering your questions and topics in chat. It should be a grand time, and I look forward to seeing you guys here. Thank you, Terry Tunes, for the follow. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the madness. Also, speaking of Dungeon Master shows, this past Friday, that was yesterday, I was on Arvin Eleron's channel with myself, Arvin Eleron himself, and the digital Dave, the digital DM, and Will from Encounter Roleplay, doing a show called what was it called? Masters of the Dungeon, where he has put together a monthly DM's talk show. Lots and lots of DM tips going on. I suggest you guys catch the VOD. It was a really informative show. We shared a lot of ideas. We talked about our home campaigns. We answered questions from chat. It was really entertaining. That's going to be a monthly show. It's going to be once a month on a Friday, I believe. And I'm really looking forward to that. Lots and lots of DM talk. Always a great time, and a chance to improve your own DM skills with some of the best people I know in the business. And then, of course, if you guys have not heard it, this Wednesday we are starting a brand new show that is going to be dungeon mastered by our own community member, Mr. Daryl Splatterdank. He is an artist and an illustrator who has created a fantasy world, a kind of whimsical fantasy world called the World of the Daubers. The Daubers themselves are a small gnome-like race with big nose, big ears, and an endless curiosity, and things are not going right. Things are going a little bit dark in their world, and he's going to be running a 3-episode mini-series. The players in that game... Yeah, Will broke his box again on stream. The players in that game, Daryl is going to be in the Dungeon Master seat. It's going to be me in the player seat, as well as our own community member, Judo Killa, as well as a streamer called Morton Plays, and the board game girl from Instagram. She is going to be hanging out here. It is going to be all of us playing that 3-episode miniseries, so 3 weeks in a row in the World of the Daubers, and I am asking every one of you to come out and show your support, because if you guys really latch on and you really enjoy that show, then it might be coming back for some more episodes. So we are hoping to see you all there. That's going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, it's not official. We don't have an official date for starting yet, but I have announced it that coming to Thursdays, we have the Razor Coast, an all-female pirate game with some fantastic people that you may know from other streams and other channels and other podcasts. And they're going to be arriving on the shores of the Razor Coast to seek their piratey fortunes and Dangers, and that is an all-female pirate game that's going to be starting Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern sometime in the future. Keep your eyes peeled to Twitter for more information on that. So lots of great content starting here. I'm so excited about all the content that is coming to this channel, and more coming in the future. So guys, you made all this possible, so thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. We love having every one of you. I think that's pretty much going to do it. The only thing we have left to do before we get out of here, of course, is to find someone to pass the love on to with a raid. I think I know, I have an idea, but I am open to suggestions here because, there's names. Oh God. Speedy's for so many names.
I try to help.
Right. Is this guy still? Is he still going? Let me check.
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, let me just check. Cool. I always raid Leslie and Blue.
It's true.
Raid the shit
She
out of them all the
deserves it,
time.
though.
I know, but we'll do it again. Yeah,
Raise
one.
our pants
This is a charity. It looks like a charity marathon, and I think that is going to be a lot of fun. So why don't we go drop the love over to there? It looks like they are playing some Resident Evil. So I'm gonna drop the link in chat. Here's what's gonna happen, guys. We're going to raid Mr. Ben Prunty. Leslie Isbay. She's fucking adorable. She's so tiny though. I didn't realize how small she was. She's so
really small. I saw her and I was like, who is that?
Yeah,
Who is this small person.
she's like she's a tiny little package of adorable, and I loved getting a chance to hang out with her at TwitchCon. I didn't get to see Jasmine, Bronze Girl, but it's fine. I'll live. All right, guys. Here's the deal. I'm gonna drop the raid link in chat, and I want you guys to go over there, smash that link, and of course, give them your Exploding Dice love. That's Explode 320 is the goal DM. So I want you guys to hit that, drop it all, and they're doing a charity marathon. So please go over there and help us raid the shit out of them. Let's show them why the Exploding Dice community is the best community.
Ben Prunty is really awesome. He is the guy who made the soundtrack for the game FTL, Faster Than Light. If you're at all familiar with that, he's really, really cool, and he's dressed up as like a vampire or something right now and playing spooky games. And they're raising money for Save the Children. So
yes, well, let's go, guys. Let's go show them how the Exploding Dice supports community. The Bomb Squad supports charity. So I want you guys to drop that in chat. Just copy and paste everything that says Exploding Dice Raid. Go to that link. We will be there in just a second, giving them a host. But that is going to be it for us, guys. Smash that link. We will see you next time. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. We know you have a ton of choices on how to spend your Saturday evening, and we are overjoyed that you decide to spend it with us. So we will see you next time. Thank you for watching. But as always, don't let Dice Thulu get his tentacles on you, because he might make you ride in a carriage with dead horses. How does it work? We'll see you next time, guys. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.